Boy, don't play. 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 Boy, don't play.
What's poppin', everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is what channel am I on? That Girl Henny Reviews. So I know that there are a lot of rumors that are circulating around the internet when it comes down to this interview that Chrisean did with Danza on the Danza Project last night. Now, one of the things that has been going on and has been going around is this partial clip that people are starting to try to give some traction to and trying to shed light on, which in all honesty, this clip that they're using has been taken way out of proportion, okay? But we are not new to this. If anyone has been on this sector, in this sector for a while, you already know how this goes and how people give it up and how they get down. They will take something because it's a part of what they want to hear, and they will then slice it, splice it, and make it be a truth for them. Now, last night there was, in my opinion, and it's just my opinion, some irresponsible journalism that was going on because people chose to take something that Chrisean said during her interview and add a narrative to it. I was going to say a timeline. Add a narrative to it. Now, this clip that I'm about to play comes from the Neighborhood Talk. Now, it is no disrespect to them. I'm using this in the use of fair use because this is a commentary and review channel and we are giving commentary on it. So it is my opinion and everything that's said is alleged because we weren't there. So we don't know what really happened, but we were on the live. There were a lot of us that were on the live. Shout out to everybody that is tapping in. And this is what was said.
And if it's anything I could do, help, I'm here. The part that really messed with me is that Blueface doesn't seem active in the child's life because of his disability. Hold on. I feel like that's what triggered me and my anger overpowered my message. I didn't get to deliver any way, shape, or right, and I apologize to you. It didn't deserve my words. And the grace you showed me spoke volumes to the season of your life. You're in the right now, and I'm here to support and congratulate you overly. So
if you are one of those people who did not watch the interview, but you have watched clips, what she is talking about is when NLE Chopper disrespectfully said what he said about baby Chrisean Jesus. And once again, for those in the back that are slow-paced eaters, his name is Chrisean Jesus Porter. It is not Chrisean Jr. Anyway, let's continue. So she was talking about what NLE Chopper had said to her. And Chrisean responded to him, and this is what she had to say.
I said my son does not have a disability. He is developing at his own pace and hitting his milestones in his own timing. Every child is different, and I'm confident in his growth. If I said it, he had a disability, then he. Bro, but it's like, don't tell me. I ain't say none of that. Bro. I ain't say none of that. Watch your mouth. Like, say if someone, a doctor, anybody speak against your kid or yourself, then you should not accept it, bro. Yeah. Anybody, if they're guessing or whatever, no, the word said what the word said. God said what the God says. I don't have to accept what you. So it's really like me, like protecting a revelation that I heard from the Lord over my son. Yeah. Like I can't wait. And talking, I'm gonna just be like, exactly. Like I said it. Nah, I told y'all. He told y'all. Shoot, I was just relaying the message. It's like one of those.
So what I want everybody to pay attention to is the fact that that clip is clipped and put together. It was a manufactured piece, a manufactured hit piece at that, to make it seem like Chrisean said something that she didn't say. It was taken way out of context. Okay. If people would sit down and bother to watch the whole entire interview or find that piece for themselves in the interview and then go back and watch what was said before, what was said during, and what was said after, then you would know exactly what was said. Chrisean was not saying that I am not, I don't believe what the doctors are saying to me and I'm just going to completely disregard what the doctor said. That's not what she's saying. She said she's not receiving any negative talk over her child. This is what she said. I don't care if you are assuming. It was not selective to just the doctor. It was to whomever is saying anything negative, speaking negativity. Even if you're guessing over my son, I'm not receiving that. How many times have people gone to the doctor and said, I don't receive the report that the doctors gave me? I'm trusting God. There are people that get diagnosed with cancer that get told that they have X amount of time to live. And they don't believe what the doctor says because God told them something different. And guess what? They go through the process. They go through the whole chemotherapy and all types of things. And guess what happens? The doctor's report becomes null and void because God steps in and they're still here. So when people who are not of faith, O ye of little faith, hear someone talking spiritually and they don't understand it, this is what they do. Now, what they didn't bother, and none of these other big bloggers that decided to come out and share what she said. Matter of fact, let me bring this back up and let me play it one more again because I want that part of it to be heard.
So it's really like me, like protecting a revelation that I heard from the Lord over my son.
Yeah.
Like I can't wait when my son start walking and talking. I'm gonna just be like,
So we're gonna let it play, and I'm gonna let it play till I see it skip, and then we're gonna listen to what was said again to comprehend and not to react because she said something. Ooh. You want to know what they heard? You want to know what they heard? What they heard is, oh, there's a doctor. Oh, there's a diagnosis. Oh, there's something wrong with the baby. Oh, she's not listening to what the doctor's saying. Oh, she's not helping the baby like we said. We've been right all along. This is what she said. We've been right, guys. We've been right. You're wrong. You're still wrong. You're still wrong. You are still wrong. Okay, let's get to that part.
fine, say.
Oh, I skipped I missed it again. Hold on. We got to let it play again. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. Now, who is this? I just happened to look down and see something where somebody is wrong. Okay, so we have one. His last name is Malone. That's what his birth certificate. That's on his birth certificate. Malone. I work for Superior Court. It's no way Porter. The dad and the mom. Oh, the dad. You meant the dad and the mom have to go up to the superior, just like a DNA test. Jamila, let me explain something to you, sweetheart. If the dad is not on the birth certificate, the mother has all rights, and you could change a child's name at any point in time. He does not have to be there. She can change his name. And I don't know about where everybody else has given birth to their children at, but I know that in the state of New York and in the state of Florida, where I've given birth to children at, I was able to give my children their father's last name. I was able to do that, even without the father's signature on the birth certificate. So for you, Jamila, because you want to sit up here and you want to just be negative, I would suggest that you go sit back in the corner and relax. Okay? Because I don't speak on things that I don't know. And if I don't know, I don't have a problem with saying that I don't know. But I know for a fact you can change your child's birth certificate. And she did it before he turned 2 months. And she did it before he turned 3 months. And she did it before he turned 6 months. And she did it before he turned a year. See, those be the delulus that want to believe every lie that gets told to them. Anyway, let's continue.
Life because of his disability. Hold on. I feel like that's what triggered me, and my anger overpowered my message. I didn't get to deliver any way, shape, or right, and I apologize to you. That it didn't deserve my words, and the grace you showed me spoke volume to the season of your life you're in the right now, and I'm here to support and congratulate you overly. So I said my son does not have a disability. He is developing at his own pace and hitting his milestones in his own timing. Every child is different, and I'm confident in his growth. If I said it,
Hold on. She can't give the last name unless there is a father on the certificate. That's a lie. That is a lie. I am literally telling you right now that my children, my last two children, have their father's last name, and he is not on their birth certificate. And we were not married. And they have his last name. They have his last name. Okay. So I'm not going to continue to debate this when I know for a fact that this is possible because I live it. Guess what, Jamila? He wasn't born in California. I live in California. Is there anyone in Cali? Is there anyone in Cali that's in this chat that can tell us whether or not a child can get the father's last name in the state of California without the father being on the birth certificate? Because he was born in Baltimore, Maryland. And in Maryland, you can change the baby's last name. Everywhere you could change the baby's name, the entire name. The father doesn't have to be on the birth certificate, and he does not have to be present. How about them apples? Anyway, I really don't care. Let's continue so that we can hear what she said.
he had a disability, then he...
Right,
but it's like,
don't tell me.
I ain't say none of that.
Right.
Like she said, Chrisean has never come out and said none of that. This has been people online who have been saying that. And I'm not trying to be ignorant to any situation that is going on, but she is literally backing up what I have said on this platform multiple times to people who have come in this chat and tried to make it seem like, oh, y'all are just enabling, y'all are just this. No, here's the thing. On my channel, I'm a grown-ass woman. I'm a grown-ass woman. And a lot of y'all that get down in my comment section, I probably have kids your age. I probably do. But guess what? Over here, we're grown over here. Over here, we think for ourselves. We research for ourselves. We have conversations with one another because we know that we're from different parts of this nation and around the world. So we talk with one another. Not only that, I am a person that will do my digging and my due diligence on my own. That's why people come here and trust what I say and why I've been standing as long as I have. Now, she has never come out and she has never said the words disability over her child. People on the internet have. You can't do that in Cali. Please don't think like you from Cali. Google it. Girl, she did not have the baby in Cali. Do you hear how you sound? You sound slow right now. With all due respect, you sound very slow to me because you keep talking about Cali. And this child was born in Baltimore, Maryland, not California. So whatever you're trying to push about Cali, it ain't going to work over here because there's people in this chat from Cali who have debunked what you've said. And whatever is going on in Georgia is Georgia. The baby was born in Baltimore, Maryland. You can change a child's name in Baltimore, Maryland. Wow. A child can get the father's last name even if the father is not on the birth certificate. And a child's name can be changed without the father being present. Those are facts. Okay. Now, back to what we were talking about. She's never spoken that out about her child. Other people have spoken it out over her child. That's what she just said. I never said that. I've never said that about my child.
I ain't say none of that. Watch your mouth. Like, say if someone, a doctor, anybody.
First of all, again, pay attention. The video skipped. So now this is where she's talking about the doctor. Anybody.
Speak against your kid or yourself. Nigga, you should not accept it, bro.
If anybody, a doctor or anybody speaks against your child, you should not accept it.
Anybody, if they're guessing or whatever, no, the word said what the word said.
If you're guessing or whatever, no. So what she's saying is she's not allowing any negative reports to be spoken over her child. Now, the reason why I brought that part back up is because people are not bothering to use comprehension skills or to understand what it is that she's saying because they are so quick to just villainize. And this is not just a thing that's going on with Chrisean. This happens in everyday life. And what we as people have to realize, and what she's probably realized, and why she doesn't even bother to jump online, aside from the fact that she is on a spiritual journey right now, she doesn't jump online anymore to try to refute or debunk or rebuttal or whatever, because when people are hell-bent and dead set to not believe anything that you say, to keep challenging you day after day after day. Because let me say this, if Chrisean did decide to come out here and say, look, these are my child's medical records. This shows that he's been going to the doctor. This shows that he's up to date on his vaccinations. This shows that he has been in physical therapy. This shows what his diagnosis is. If it doesn't go with their narrative, they're going to say that she's lying. They're false documents. It doesn't, they're going to move it every time. Thank you. They keep moving the goalpost each time that she comes out and says something, comes out and proves something, comes out and debunks something. They move the goalpost back and it becomes another issue. It becomes another problem. But see, the thing that people are not seeing is this clip right here. Pause. We start doing exercises and things that we learned from the physical therapist. So that means that there is a physical therapist. Y'all couldn't hear it? Oh, I didn't put it up. Okay, hold on. Hold on, baby. My bad. Okay, hold on.
Talk to us what life is day to day.
Let's go.
Inside of that camp and how it feels. Like, walk us through a day of
So
your
I
journey
wake
right
up
now.
at like 4 a.m., 5 a.m. Me and Chrisean, I play this little thing from Grace Oasis. It does this prayer and this scripture. It's like a meditation, but it's like he's talking, he's reading the word to you, but it's only for like 13 to 15 minutes. And I'm changing his diaper, wiping his face, brushing his teeth. And then we start, because he started moving around like he want to walk. So we do like exercises and things that we learned from the physical therapist.
Every morning they do exercises and things that they learned from the physical therapist, which means that there is a physical therapist in play. Look, I'm not going to mince words here. I'm not going to sit up here and play with people, because at the end of the day, I realize that I have a platform, I have a voice, and I have power, and I have influence. And when I say power, I mean I have power to reach people, not power like I'm invincible or some superhero or nothing like that. I have intellect and I have some knowledge, and I'm gaining more knowledge each day on walking with the Most High God. Faith without works is dead, right? She's doing the work. It's no different than someone who has cancer. We're going back to the cancer diagnosis. This is no different than someone who has cancer and gets the diagnosis from the doctor, and they tell them you got 6 months to live. And that person refuses to receive that negative report on their life. So they take it before God. God tells them what he's going to do. And what do? They do what they're supposed to do. They go to their chemotherapy, they change their diets if they have to do that. They get their help in place and all of that. And guess what? In 3 months, the cancer is gone. Why? Because God told them something, but they still did their part. This is what she's saying. I'm not receiving no negativity over my son. I know what God told me. He has physical therapy, and we are working the physical therapy exercises every day. Thank you. Romans 4:17, call those things that be not as though they were. And that is what she is doing. You see, I've told people, y'all keep speaking over this baby, and y'all keep speaking all these curses and everything over a child. Yeah, y'all keep saying Junior. Keep saying Junior, because whoever Junior is, y'all speaking that over Junior. But as for Chrisean Jesus, you ain't speaking nothing over him. So y'all keep calling him Junior, and y'all keep putting those negative reports over Junior, because that's not Chrisean Jesus. That's not Chrisean's son's name. Her son's name is Chrisean Jesus. But it's so aggravating and it's so annoying that people really be so hell-bent on keeping a person boxed in to what they have in their minds that they twist whatever. They look, they jump, they leap for an opportunity. So my question to those who are in the back, who are watching from the bushes, from the other side of the tracks, why didn't you post what she said about why Blueface decided to say that it's not his son again? Because that was very interesting to hear. Why you didn't post that? Why is it that he never gets drugged across this internet the way that he should be drugged across this internet for the shit that he do? Say, hey, what's up, Spider Low? You done found me, huh? He said, I have 3 kids born in Cali with my last name, and I'm not on the birth certificate. So there goes another person who is vouching for the fact that you can give a child the father's last name without the father there. And that's a father that's in the chat telling you his kids got his last name without him being on the birth certificate. So I need y'all to start thinking, to start critically thinking. At the end of the day, the Chrisean that everybody knew from before is not who's sitting here now. Why is it so hard for us as a people? I can't even say Black people, but just people in general, but most specifically my Black sisters, us melanated women. Why is it so hard for us to champion and rally around somebody when they're trying to do good? Everybody was bigging this girl up, posting her every chance they got. making big bags off of Chrisean when she was toxic, when she was drinking, when she was smoking weed, when she was out here fighting with Blue and fighting on Bad Girls Club, not Bad Girls Club, on baddies, and fighting on South Central baddies. And everybody was willing to love her up and make her go viral when she was living in that toxicity. But now that she's moving away from that and she's growing and elevating, why is it so hard for people to actually give this girl a chance? Have y'all ever been through a domestic violence situation? Do you understand the mental toll that it takes on you? You don't. Because if you did, if you went through any of that as a woman, if you've been through that situation, if you've been through it as a man, because men go through domestic violence too, you would understand the mental stronghold that it keeps on you. And the fact that this girl at 26 years old is learning what a lot of us had to wait until we got into our 30s and 40s and sometimes our 50s to learn coming up out of those types of situations. The fact that she's learning it now is something that is admirable. But she will never, ever be cast in a bright light with people who have such negativity that lives inside of their hearts. I'm not saying that she's perfect, and I ain't saying that she's upright. And before y'all dizzy, ditzy, paste-eating motherfuckers in the back want to say, you're part of a cult. No, what I am is a grown-ass woman who has been through life, who has been through some things, and I see when a person is genuinely trying to change their life. Y'all look for everything to pick this girl apart. So fucking what? She sat on this interview and said she's not receiving what the doctor said. She's not receiving what people on the internet say. I'm only receiving what God says. But she's still doing the physical therapy. How do we miss that part? So fucking what? She got a diagnosis from the doctor. What difference does it make to you? It ain't your fucking kid. He is not your child. That is not your bill. That is not your responsibility. You are not getting up every day doing those exercises. You are not taking him to physical therapy. You are not taking care of him at all. Even if you are sending gifts to that P.O. box, she is still with that baby. She is still with Chrisean Jesus 24/7, 365. This girl has come out and stepped away from the toxicity, and she has been over here quietly minding her business, training to go to the next level that she has in her life, surrounded around people who are actually pushing her in a positive direction that she's listening to. Because if you remember before, Chrisean didn't listen to nobody. Nobody could tell Chrisean nothing except for Blue. Blue was the only one that had somewhat of an influence on her in the way that she was thinking. Only him. But now she's got Coach Calvin. She's got all of them over there at Upton Boxing that are standing behind her, and they rally around her. Have y'all seen how they protect her? Walking her from the gym to her car, she is surrounded by men protecting her to walk her to her car. She's experiencing protection from elders that she did not have coming up, that she now has in her life. And y'all don't see growth in her? You do know that in order for her to be a boxer, in order for her to train, in order for her to develop the skills that she needs to get in that ring, you do understand that she has to have discipline and she has to be able to listen and follow through. Because when she get in that ring and her coach is standing on the side of the ring and he's yelling out to her, 1-2, uppercut, left, right, whatever he's yelling to her, she's got to be able to hone in on that voice and follow through. So she's learning the discipline of listening, but she's with people she can trust now. So all of that bullshit Carlissa got on her live and said earlier today about, oh, I don't hate her, I love her, I just want to see her do better, but then turn around in the next breath and say, nobody loves her. Nobody wants her, not even her own family. That's why your vocal cords are tied up by the Lord right now. You blame it on the fact that Journey came home with something from the daycare. But no, your husband is right. She said Mr. Sturl told her the reason her voice was like that is because she was talking about Chrisean. Yes, keep your name off this girl. If you can't support someone, then leave them alone. I don't understand why people have to be so toxic. But you know what? Let's let her continue with telling us what a day in the life of her consists of. Because now we done already heard her and the baby wake up. He gets his bath. She changes his diaper. He's listening to the religious programming for children that's going on. And they're doing physical therapy exercises that they got from the physical therapist. Let's continue.
So we do that like for like an hour. That's like 2 hours, 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. And then I might get a nap in or not. I might just keep going.
So for the first hour to 2 hours of her day is spent with and on her child. The first hour to 2 hours is spent on and with Chrisean Jesus, taking care of him, doing exercises with him that came from physical therapy. So for all of this, she ain't the doctor, this and that. She just told you he's been to the doctor. She just told you he's been to physical therapy. She just told you that she's working with him. And she told you that he's trying to walk, which means that he is receiving some type of therapy. But again, why the fuck does it matter to y'all so much when it ain't your kid?
I start reading. And then I start going through the list of things I need to take care of. And then I drive an hour and a half to Baltimore and be there at a certain time. And then after I work out, I go to the track, run 3 miles. And then after that, I either go to a track practice, that's my old track team I used to run for, and get speed endurance in. So then I made a schedule like, okay, Monday, 3 miles, Tuesday, 3 miles, Wednesday, speed endurance.
So her days consist of taking care of her son and getting herself right for her match. It don't consist of being on Twitch. It don't consist of being caught up in no toxic drama. It doesn't consist of any of those things at all. Now, what I don't understand, like I said, is why people are not paying attention to the other parts of the interview as well. Because Chrisean also explained why Blueface ended up coming on the live and saying what he said.
I'm gonna read exactly why he disowned our kid. That was so sad though. Like, why would you do that, bro? Okay. He said, I'm only moving with intention. I said, bye-bye. Please, please, please. Mean what you say. But I said all this other stuff. Let's get to what he said. He said, you don't want to be with me, Chrisean. You have no enthusiasm or anything to see me. I'm done playing around. Just keep doing what you're doing. This was February 16th. So I said, I have enthusiasm. You just letting the demon make you believe the worst about me. He said, you don't F with me, gang. I ain't gonna force it. I said, your pride is the problem. You need to align yourself with your actions, not tell me or you want me while drunk out your mind and in other people's faces. Like, you saying all these things. Then he said, I do things to show you I F with you.
So he's telling her that he still wants her. He's telling her that he still F's with her, but she don't F with him. No, she's not F'ing with what you programming right now. That's what she's saying.
While you do nothing but complain and makes shit difficult for no reason, I'm straight. If you ain't mutual, I was in prison. You chose to go stream instead of waiting at home for me. I don't know what this has to do with like anything. Like, he just doesn't make sense to me. I said, I'm not comparing.
You know why it doesn't make sense to her? Because at the end of the day, Blue wanted her to stay at home while he was still in prison. He did not want her to stream. We watched that happen on a stream. You gonna go up without me. Remember? He said that. He did not want her to go up without him. He wanted her to wait for him to come home so that they could go up together. And now you are all over there on Twitch, yet you up in somebody else's face telling her you want her. That don't sound like kid talk to me.
Competing with your single lifestyle. If you want me back, that requires a different version of you. I'm not asking for perfection, but I need consistency, sobriety, and intentional behavior. Detox from the single mindset first. I'm gonna read exactly why he said, you be hanging up on me all type of kid shit, bro. Like, I'm over all that. If you don't want to be around me, make me feel good, I'm straight.
If you don't want to be around me and make me feel good, then I'm straight. But mind you, what's being missed is the fact that she put a boundary up there and was like, I ain't trying to be with you if there's no changed behavior. If you can't live in sobriety, if you can't let go of this single person mindset, you know, in other words, being out here with all of these whores, these slingback whores and wenches. Sorry, if you don't be on my IG live, then you have no idea why this is tickling me right now. But you out here with all of them until I see that you're going to do right by me, do right by our son, and actually dedicate yourself to a changed mind and elevate yourself when it comes down to the Lord, then we can't be together. That's what she's saying. That's a boundary. And he's talking about, if you can't be with me and make me feel good, just skipped over the boundaries she put down and made it all about him. You need to be here to make me feel good. That don't sound like this is all about Sonny, like he said, right?
Don't gotta come around me. I said, you are literally my whole heart. I give everything up to have you as our family day to day. He said, you literally mean to me. Expect me to want to fix them or change. You don't know my love language. So then
she tells him, you're literally my whole heart. I give up anything to have my family. She's basically saying, I want my family, but I ain't trying to be with you in that manner. That's what she's saying. And he's saying, you mad at me? You did. What? Are you not hearing what she's saying to you? And like she said in the beginning of this clip, before she got here, she said, I be talking to him here and there to see if there's been any change. And in this conversation, there's no change.
I start babying him. But then he said, all right, I'm gonna just move on with a new family, and don't try to come stop me either.
I'm going to move on with a new family and don't try to come stop me. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to move on with a new family and don't try to stop me. I did. I wasn't going to say nothing, but I did. One time mama said, you said that to Henny, she was filling him out. Yes. I did, because I also had said to y'all on the IG live, I said to y'all, if y'all think that they're not having conversations, they have a child together, of course they're going to have conversations. But Chrisean is not trying to go back. She's come too far from where she was to go back into that. She's not falling for those tricks no more. And he hasn't changed.
Had a chance to get your family back.
Oh man!
And you played. I said, Blue, stop talking to me like that, please. You already was doing what you was doing. Nobody was trying to stop you.
Exactly. You was already doing what you was doing. Nobody was trying to stop you. So get that out of here. Don't even talk to me like that.
He's something else.
He delusional. Now he's delusional.
Now he's the one that is delusional. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Now, my thing is, by the time, and all of us are adults in here, So by show of Henny Glass, how many of you have been in a relationship with somebody who was hella toxic, didn't respect your boundaries, put you through hell and high water? You loved their dirty draws. And you tried to give them chance after chance after chance. And by the time they were ready to give you what you was asking for, it was too late. Henny Glass is in the chat if you know that story. Because all of that time that you had me, you wasn't trying to do what you needed to do to keep me. Now that I'm gone, and now that I've really moved on and I'm really done, and that soul tie is completely washed out of my system, I don't even look at you the same. I'm not even attracted to you the same. I don't even want to be around you the same way. We could be friends, but that's about it. Now you want to try to do right by, look at all them Henny Glasses in this chat. Look at all these Henny Glasses in the chat. Oh, can I scroll back? I can't scroll back up. So we all know this story. So my question then becomes to these grown ass women that look old enough to be somebody's Meemaw times 2. Out here with so much to say as if they don't know this story. And fellas, if you in the chat and you can relate, you could throw your Henny Glasses in the chat too. This is a this is a judgment-free zone. As long as you don't come over here on no dumb stuff, no type of bullshit timing, it is a judgment-free zone. What you said? She said, and when I think of him now that I have mentally and physically moved on, he makes, wait a minute. He makes me vomit thinking of him. Oh, he's one of those. What did Medea say? You look back at people and you be like, what the hell was I thinking? She said, I can't put a Henny Glass, so I put a bottle. Please don't put a bottle in the chat, Yonsei, because child, they'll have a field day with that, okay? She said, I'd be shocked at the great grandma. That means they were raised toxic. Hello. Hello. Now I'm going to say shout out to Danza. If you haven't watched the interview in its entirety, I encourage you to go over there and watch the interview in its entirety. And really listen to what she said. Really listen to what she was breaking down. And what I want you to do is to think back or go back and watch old video of Chrisean. And look at her now. Chrisean told us a long time ago that in order to deal with Blue, she had to drink. Have you noticed that's the same thing with Jaden? So don't you think there might be some truth to that? She's been gone. Now, she did say she went back and she saw him. And Carlissa said that in her live. She said, I know the last time she was at the house and y'all don't. But it don't sound like the version of the story that she got is the version of the story that actually went down. And see, that's the part that pisses me off. Because now after this interview, Carlissa has been on a rampage everywhere in comment sections, including on my own comment section. She's been down in my comments, spewing her venom and her toxicity everywhere. And my thing is, why do y'all pay her so much stock? The people that want to believe the negative narratives, why do y'all pay her so much stock when she don't have no connection to the situation? She's outside. She likes to always call Chrisean Hagar, but you are Hagar in this situation because you out in the wilderness, honey. You ain't nowhere near the situation to know what's going on. She said yesterday on her live about how Hagar was out in the wilderness and the husband and wife was sitting on the mountain and they didn't give a shit about what she was going through, and that's how they are. She's over there on her own mountain with her own son, not giving a shit about what's going on over there. And while she's over there, not coming out on the internet every day with a new narrative about y'all, y'all are over there in the wilderness of her life, don't know what's going on, yet you online talking about her every chance you get. Blue over there on the Twitch stream subbing her and all of that, making these little subliminals. Oh, what sign are you? You're a Pisces. Oh yeah, you know, Pisces. They cheerlead, but they cheer for you so everybody can see it. So they're not really genuine with it because they want everybody to see. What? Mind you, you just got out here and told everybody in the world that Chrisean was a better cheerleader than Jaden, and she knew how to cheerlead. And we've got video proof of her cheerleading you every time you were at the training gym, whenever you was in the studio, when you was on stage. She was your hype man. Chrisean had become a permanent fixture and bust down Tatiana, so much so that when you bust that dance now, I don't know about y'all, but when I see him bust that dance, I'll be like, damn, he need Chrisean there, because it just don't hit the same. You always got some little slick, sly shit to say because y'all on the wilderness of her life. But y'all still continuing to eat off of her. You still continue to go viral off of her name. Y'all saying she trying to knock at the door to get back in, but we don't see her trying to get back in. Because y'all done did all of this, and all she did was come out on Danza and speak. Speak for what? Almost 2 hours? Meanwhile, y'all been going for months. And them little 2 hours got you in your feelings. Let me say this. Carlissa, that thing you got in your heart towards Chrisean, and this is to all the haters out here. This to all the haters out here. Wait a minute, what happened? So basically, when Blue went on that rant about a girl who he loved, but she kept blowing him off, she was, yes, 90s city girl, yes. By the way, you're beautiful. I like your picture, girl. I lost my train of thought. Hold on, what was I saying? Because that comment caught me off guard too. Because I'm like, yes, I need to talk about that too. But to all the haters in the back, that thing you got in your heart, that hatred, that disdain, that venom that rests and resides inside your heart space, if you were to die today or tomorrow, that's going to be the very thing that when your heart posture gets checked, that will have the gates closed on you. And that's scripture. Your heart posture has to be correct. Yeah. And the level of venom that gets spewed against Chrisean by Carlissa, her heart posture ain't right when it comes down to Chrisean. That hurt, that malice, that disdain that Blue might feel, that love and that disdain he got in his heart. Yeah. All these people that could get up here and say all this wicked, vile, nasty shit and say it with so much passion and authority and get up in the comment sections and say it with so much oomph that you could feel the hate spewing off their text. It's in your heart posture. You better clean your heart out. Because y'all need more than some grass to touch. Y'all need a whole baptism and a exorcism at the same time. You better find you the lake in Minnetonka and go purify yourself in them waters. It doesn't make any sense for people to hold that much hatred in their heart. Now, I'm going to drop this link. I'm going to let y'all come up. I'm going to let y'all talk briefly. Then I'm going to get up out of here because I was here. You know, I decided to come jump on the live over here because why go live on Instagram when I could come live over here? Not saying I'm going to stop doing Instagram, but I need to start bringing these lives over here as well because it really saddens me. And then think about this. For a person who may be in the same situation, because our young girls are going through things. A lot of parents have been absent parents, and it shows. Look at all these women willing to sell their souls just for a moment of a little bit of clout to say that you was next to Blueface. Where's your mama and your daddy at? Because it could be none of mine. And I'm not saying that my kids are better than anybody else, because they're not. And my kids make mistakes and all of that. But with my girls and my boy, with my son, I instilled morals in him. I instilled morals in my girls' hard body because they were girls. I still put morals in my son as well. But morals for a young lady are different than they are for a young man to a degree. So if my girls were to go out here and slip up, they would instantaneously know for themselves that they made a mistake. And I would be correcting them. But for a young lady who may be in a similar situation, who may see Chrisean climbing up out of her situation, maybe even not a similar situation. Maybe they're just in a rough way and they're trying to find their way. And they see Chrisean over here and she's climbing up. She's fighting her way to God. She's fighting her way away from her past. But then here come all of y'all with all this nasty venom that don't give her no break. In y'all lives, she can't get right. If they're not strong enough and if their spiritual eye is not wide open to see that it's a spiritual attack, it might discourage them. Because when you choose to turn and pivot your life, you're going to go under attack. And I pray that those young people that may be looking at her and seeing her fight her way from her past into a righteous path, I pray that they're encouraged, because the one thing that she does is she keeps going. Hey, Dre.
I'm here. Let me cut this fan off. It's hot as Carlissa breath in this room.
Listen, you know, when people be coming up, I got to check and be like,
Yeah, it's hot as Carlissa breath in California. I am telling you. Whew. But yeah, y'all, to piggyback off what Hitty said, don't let nobody be the reason why you send your soul to hell for being ugly, for letting your heart be dark, for letting your heart hold malice, for somebody you don't even know. You letting Carlissa and Blue and Whack and whoever else pump y'all up and big y'all up, but y'all all gonna be burning in the same hell. They not gonna be able to save you from that. It ain't like you know her personally to know anything about what's going on in her world. The girl is quiet. She moving forward spiritually, financially, especially. Shout out to you, Chrisean. That fight sold out, girl. But anywho.
Oh, yeah, her fight tickets are sold out. So if you didn't get it, you better go and make sure you get locked in on the pay-per-view.
Yeah, I'm definitely finna get locked in on that. But yeah, you know, God is blessing her. So while he's blessing her, focus on him blessing you. See, excuse my French, y'all focused on the wrong shit. You gotta stop thinking small and think big, bitch. Oops, I'm changing.
No, you do it.
I'm changing, y'all. I'm changing. It's not the proper words for the conversation, but sometimes you gotta meet ignorance. Yeah, I'm
They're a
work in
work.
progress. You know, I'm
Yes.
on my way. I ain't there. But, you know, sometimes you got to meet ignorant where ignorance is and just tell them for what it is. You know what I'm saying? While she make her M's, you gonna make you some. And before you know it, you minding the business that pays you and
Hello.
serves you best.
Hello.
Because minding Chrisean business and you can't tell her when to wipe her ass and when not to, that ain't getting you nowhere.
Hold on, I'm
It's
gonna take that statement a little further. You don't even know what kind of tissue she used to wipe her ass. If she used
that's
tissue wipes or if she used a bidet, you don't know.
you don't know. And she getting her soul right with the Lord while you steady worrying about her. You may
That
not
part.
want to hear that because that's not going to go with your narrative to make you sound fancy tonight and what you're going to say on your live. But just remember, when the Lord opened them skies, Chrisean can't save you. I can't save you. Henny can't save you. Your mammy can't save you. And yes, I said mammy. Can't save you. So remember that. Next time y'all want to say some ugly words about somebody you don't know and don't know nothing about what they've been through and what they going through. You don't know nothing. You know what she tell you. Just like
Mhm.
Charity say, if I tell y'all a lie, you still gonna believe it.
Right.
That's calling me stupid, illiterate. When
It's
somebody
calling
talks
you
to me
dumb
like
for
that,
that.
you're calling me stupid. So
Mhm.
therefore, you need to check yourself. Don't get mad at the messenger. It's a shame. Charity had to tell y'all you something wrong. No, that's say it. Not saying it like that, but saying it like shit.
Well, I mean, I think people just think because it's the sister
Mm.
it's the right thing all the time.
But she's telling you, if I told you a lie, you're still gonna believe me. So that tells me I can't take what you say at face value because you just told me you could possibly be lying.
But she also said, y'all gotta pay me for information, but and I'm paraphrasing her, you still don't know if I'm telling you the truth. Y'all gonna pay me and I could be lying to you.
Right. And they still paid her.
And you still paying her. And you still think that she that's at the end of the day, that's still her sister, regardless to how any of us may feel, may look at the situation or not. That's still they're still siblings. For all we know, they could have made up behind the scenes right now, and we don't know it.
Right.
All of
That's
them
what I'm
could have
saying.
made up behind the scenes and decided to keep it off the internet and let everybody just be quiet on their family. You don't know what's going on. You don't know if her and Terrain had a conversation and a cry and they made up. You don't know what happened. And I'm saying that only because you got both of them at the reunion and there was nothing that popped off between the two of them. There nobody talked about the two of them getting into no argument, no none of that stuff. There wasn't no almost coming to blows or any of that going on. Neither one of them fought anybody at the reunion, and you know that that is not something that we are accustomed to. We are accustomed to Tasiki at least fighting during the reunion.
There's some healing going on. That's all. And I'm
Something
proud
is
of
going
that.
on behind the scenes, and it ain't none of our business because at the end of the day, like I've been telling everybody, that's still her family. So we can hate this sibling, hate that sibling. Guess what? They're siblings. They're going to make up at some point in time, whether you like it or not.
But we're
So
not
yeah,
here for the siblings.
but she could sit up here and she could take payment from y'all that want to pay her for
Right.
information, and she could lie to y'all and mislead y'all and have y'all putting out these narratives that are not true. And yeah, it's fucked up, it's foul for her to do that because now you're just helping these people along with what their mission is. But at the end of the day, we can't tell Chrisean don't talk to her no more.
No, that's her family. Ain't nobody tell me not to talk to my brother no more. And he who he is. I'm healing. He who
Oh,
he
I
is.
never
You know
said
what I'm saying?
Enigma. I never said they don't do too much at times because baby, they do more than just too much.
They did enough. For
Okay.
now, the past life, another life, the Us movie. Okay, they didn't did too much. But see, the problem is we did people we could dig into her life and see that's what that is. But once we see what that is, it's time to exit and just go back to what you were doing, which is just supporting her. And if
Mhm.
you like a family member, cool, support them too. But I'm not here for them. I'm here to see what she's doing, and I'm here to support her positivity. I'm not here to tag her in what Blue got going on with his life. I'm not in here to make her life a living hell while she's trying to progress forward. She's trying to leave him. So why do you keep adding him to her life just because he a baby daddy? Offset not added into Cardi life no more.
He is.
He is, but he ain't. Because when you
He
see him
is.
with his kids, you be like, oh, okay, he got the kids. Look at him. He doing his thing with the kids.
Exactly. And
But you don't
but that's how he stays connected. Now, here's my thing. Y'all keep comparing, not everybody in this chat, but a lot of people, y'all on the internet keep comparing. Oh, Chrisean is boxing because he's boxing. He's boxing because she's boxing. He's doing this, she's doing that. She's doing this because of him, he's doing this because of her. Stop. Like, if it's not necessary, there's no need to. But when everybody started talking about the whole boxing thing, that's how the Chrisean versus Blueface video came into play. Because I'm like, well, damn, since everybody is talking about who's been boxing first and who's copying who, well, why are we not paying attention to the thing that matters the most, which is who is prepared for a fight and who is not, who is training properly and who is not? It's apples to oranges.
exactly. And when it come down to the Nevada girl, y'all giving him what he wants. When he said he was gonna try to make another Chrisean and make y'all love her and whoever he make famous, that's what y'all giving him. What he want. You could talk negative all day long about her and him. He don't care. That's how he rocks. That's how he lives. That's how he makes his bread and butter. There is a younger generation that's full of ignorance, and they support that. So when everybody posted her, thinking you clowning her, I ain't doing nothing but giving her shine.
Mm-hmm.
Using Chrisean clout to do it, I might add. So before we post somebody, just think about who clout we sharing. Because at the end of the day, it's still Chrisean motion.
Technically, it's not unless you tie her to Chrisean.
I know, but he said he being tied to her. You know what I'm saying? It's new, so I expect this because it's still new. You get what I'm saying? It's still new at him separating with him being free. So I get that, and he's trying. It's messy right now. You know, beginning of a breakup is normally messy. So I get them, but her being attached to Blue is what's making her famous because everybody want to clown her and think that bigs up Chrisean, but it doesn't. It just gives her motion to people
Well,
who don't
here's the
know her.
thing. She already gets thrown into the spotlight because of who she is. Speaking to you as a content creator, because she is somebody whose story comes from, I was in the background for about 3-4 years. I've played the background. And in those 3-4 years, we've seen him, Chrisean, Jaden, Chrisean, Jaden, Chrisean. We saw that. And in the background, she's been around all this time. Now she done got to the forefront, and you look like the biggest clown of the circus. So yeah, we're gonna talk about you. We ain't gonna. I ain't gonna feel sorry for you. I'm gonna say
No,
it's messed up when it's messed up. What's happening? But I'm not gonna feel sorry for you because you played the background. You played fifth, sixth fiddle to anything that was going on. So yes, as a content creator, just so you understand from my standpoint, I'm gonna
right.
post her. I'm gonna talk about her because that's who Blue is with now. And because I cover everybody, that's a subject that I'm gonna cover.
No, but see, you excluded yourself and others similar to you to just say, I'm a content creator. I'm not a part of a sector. You get what I'm saying? There is a difference when you a content creator versus being part of a sector. If you're a part of a sector, then that means you if you support one person at a sector, obviously will be Chrisean.
But see,
Then it's
that's when you're in a name specific sector. But when you're covering everybody, because how do you talk about anyone that's been connected without talking about the other?
I don't know.
Because
It's tricky
if
because in a
things
way,
look
it's like I see where you're coming from because it's like, yeah, me dragger, you know what I'm saying? Because you're a bozo clown for even putting yourself in a position that you've seen what the other two people who played this position went through. Dragger for being the bozo clown, right? That's one side of me, and I get that. But then it's the other side of me and be like, well, damn, nobody else shares her in the bozo light. When it
no,
comes down to the
she's
big
Blue's
content creators
newest
that come on
clown.
y'all page.
She's Blue's newest clown.
Right.
So she's gonna get shine. No matter who it is, she's gonna get shine. Because she's Blue's newest clown. You get what I'm saying? She's connected to Blue. And the fact that he's trying to build her up to fill a space is definitely going underneath a microscope, because you will never be able to duplicate. You will never be able to recreate Chrisean. And I feel like that's all he's been trying to do is try to get, someone to pop off and blow up the way that she did, to the magnitude and the degree that she has.
Right. So he's using her negative publicity to get her shared by the bigger bloggers. And they don't say the things that, we say over here. Like, you's a bozo, you crazy. They share her in a bright light. And that's not because she's Blue girl. I mean, not be, not, I don't think it's, I don't know. It's
Well,
just
let me
weird
explain
to me.
to you how this works. All right. Each blog
Mhm.
has a team of people that post for them, right? So
Okay.
as you saw, Chrisean, they did a post on the neighborhood talk, and it was Chrisean positive. And we were all looking like, the neighborhood talk.
Right.
That's because whoever made that post posted that over there. Inside of each blog, big blog, you best believe that there is a person that one of them that is connected to Blue can pick up the phone and make a call to,
Right.
and have them post anything that they want them to post. So when we be sitting up here saying, why is Jason posting that? It's not Jason Lee on Hollywood Unlocked. Why is Tasha K? It's not her posting. Now she goes live and she regurgitates what's been posted, but it's not her posting. Why is Kyle? It's not Kyle on the neighborhood talk.
I get what
Why
you're saying.
is what's that girl's name? Ra Ali posting. It's not Ra Ali on It's On Site. It's somebody on that team that is possibly being paid. And I have to say possibly because I don't have any proof of this, but it's just something that I know is going on.
Right.
We've heard about payola with blogs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's nothing for somebody to get slid an extra. I'm going to slide you a $200, $300, $1,000, whatever. I'm going to slide you this money. I need you to put this post up here, and I need you to amplify anything that I say and post whoever I say that's dealing with me in this light. So right now, I want you to drag Chrisean. Anything she does, I want you to find the negative post and put it up. I want you to put Jaden in a positive light. Anything that she does, just look for the positive and post that. Okay, I'm not fucking with Jaden no more. So something that looks suspect, I need you to post this, or here's this clip right here, put that out.
Oh, that's some dirty. And you could tell that's being done based off of conversations that's being had.
Well, we know for a fact Tasha K does not really particularly care for Wack, but she will run with Wack's narratives. She doesn't really post anything negative about Wack. Every now and again, I'll post something that'll crack the surface over there, Yes, just like TMZ, but it doesn't happen often. And I'm gonna tell you something. Henny is blackballed because that's why Henny don't get posted by them other pages, even when I have stuff that nobody has.
Hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
it is what it is.
See, that's crazy in itself. That you go to that magnitude to bring a person down. But just know, what
Dre,
you do unto others, you do unto yourself.
check your DM real quick.
Mhm.
Well, not anymore.
Mhm. But yeah, y'all. So when y'all haters do something to her, just remember it's gonna happen back. It may not be today, and it may not be tomorrow, it may not even be this year, next year. But just remember, when it's happening to you, you did this to yourself.
That part.
I don't look for nobody to feel sorry for you. Don't start talking about, oh, somebody put a hex on your life because you was talking about this. No, 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 no. This is called you reap what you sow.
That part. Ivana Gibbons or Gibbs. I'm sorry. Hey, Ivana.
Hey,
Hey,
How are you?
fine. How are you?
I'm good.
That's good. I've been watching you for a long time.
You have?
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you for watching for a long time.
Yes. How everybody else doing on the panel?
Who?
Your what's his name?
oh, blessed. I'm blessed and highly favored. How about yourself?
Okay, bless.
All right,
I just
all
want to say
right.
one. I just want to say one thing.
Uh-huh.
I cannot stand Carlista.
Me
I'm from Durham,
neither.
North Carolina, and I don't like that woman.
Well, you are in good company because, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm
I
I don't.
can't
54.
stand it neither.
I'm 54, and she looks like she's 60.
You said she looks like she's 60?
Yes.
Well, she acts like she's 16.
She sure do.
I say six.
You
16
Okay,
said
is
I'm
a
gonna get
little
off
much.
this. I gotta get my grandbaby. But nice meeting you.
it was nice meeting you too. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you.
Okay, thank you.
You
Thanks for
welcome.
coming up. Shoot, I say she act like she about six with her little bald headed ass.
Uh, Anybody else want to come up? I know we had somebody that was backstage a little while ago. I don't know who it was.
And I want to say this and thing to her. Stop Medea. Don't quote the Bible no more. You done. You are finished. Faith. I know you be. Look, where's you at? I know you gonna correct that behavior.
Who, me? I ain't
No, her
correct.
sister. Her sister.
Oh, well, you know what?
The
Honestly,
evangelist.
wait a minute now. Hold on. Because while all of this was popping off, I was surprised to see that Faith Faith had a different opinion than Carlissa.
Okay, because I was gonna say I know she was gonna correct her because she was quoting that Bible all wrong, talking about he split the people up because they had demons. No, he didn't. He split them up because they was building the tower to heaven. I don't know what you thought, who was the plan with your brain, but
Not Medea knows the Bible better than Carlissa. I'm not sure how to say your name. I don't want to slay your name. Tell me how to
It's
say
okay.
your name.
It's Rokia.
I thought so, and I was like, I don't want to say that, and then she'd be like, "No, that's not how you say it."
No, well, I appreciate the consideration. I'm sure I'm not going to add anything that hasn't already been said, but I'm not sure if y'all saw Carlissa's live. I don't know if it was earlier today or last night or whatever, but one, I'm just so glad that like Chrisean is not like I'm just so glad she's putting distance between them because it's actually like insulting. They think we didn't watch everything like in real time? And now Carlissa's like, I would never go up against the woman that's been with him for 12 or since she was 12. Don't you
Right.
see the covering on their relationship and all the favor my son has? And I encourage him to share it with the, and it's just like, Carlissa, are you trying to trick us?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what I thought. I just
But she said
Because I
favor.
saw
Like
that
what
too
favor?
when she said, oh, you God is gonna cover the woman who's been with him since she was 12.
Mhm.
They're not married.
And he shits on her every chance he gets. So what are you
Exactly.
talking? And then you're manipulating her every like. I'm not going to get on my tangent about how I feel about Jaden, but it's just again, it's just like, do y'all think we're stupid? I mean, even Blue, like, and I just wonder how he be feeling when she be chiming in on stuff because, but I know Carlissa is just trying to keep their name in the mix. Like anytime Chrisean goes up, Carlissa just trying to buy herself some more time by
Hmm.
involving herself like
Right.
we don't want to hear, and I just wish people would just like, ugh,
Right.
I don't know, she just bothers me so bad, but
She
you know.
irritates everyone's soul, which is why I was like, okay, I have to do a video because I haven't done a video. So I have to do a video, but I was like, you know what? Let me just
We look
jump live really quickly and get this off my chest because I gotta go through Carlissa's live and I've gotta go in there and I gotta do the henny to it. And that takes a lot out of me. It's draining.
Mm,
It's
yeah,
very
yeah.
draining to sit in her energy for a long extended period of time. That's why I don't understand how people can watch her live
Same
and
thought.
not get angry. So when I post them live uninterrupted, it's so y'all could cuss her out. Mhm. And I just be like, live uninterrupted. That's y'all cue. Just don't cuss too much. But y'all get up in there, cuss her out, and go off and go in on her. Because listen, you want to see, I know, people don't like her, but you still want to know what she's over there saying because you know she's
Hmm.
saying something. And so that's why I do it uninterrupted. But when I interrupt it, oh baby, I'll be like, oh, how long? How much longer do I have to go? This a 2-hour live? Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I hate it. I hate that she has. I mean, because if she doesn't even like what she's saying isn't even valid. You know
It's
what I
not.
mean? It's just like it's all opinions. It's
Mhm.
stuff that's provably false.
Right.
And I just it's just unfortunate. But again, every time I'm on like one of these groups or whatever, I just want to say like I'm just super proud of Krishan. I don't know who that dude was that she was loved up on, but I know Blue was somewhere feeling a way because
That's
that was
not her
very.
new boo,
It's
guys.
not. I don't. It don't gotta be her boo. It's for Blue. I don't think it's ever had to be her boo. It's any nigga.
Any
I
man
feel
that
like.
gets, yeah, anybody that gets close to her in her vicinity.
Exactly. The way he was looking at her, the way he hugged her, even the way she giggled, like even if they don't have nothing really going on, it was very flirty for it to be on camera, because I feel like I don't know if that's the same guy. I don't know if y'all remember like maybe a month ago when Krishan was going out to the track. It was like late night and she showed somebody's back walking with her. I mean, it makes sense that it would be him because of their relationship to the coach. I don't know if it was, but I feel like she just like want to keep it low key, and that's why she kind of giggled the way she did when he hugged her, and how he was looking at her when she bent over to turn the phone off and everything. Either way, I just thought it was super cute, and I love when I she do something on camera, just like she just sold out her fight. I know Blue feeling the way about everything she does. I feel like he feel a way about it, but anyway, y'all, that's all I wanted to say.
I wanted to
Thank you,
ask
Henny.
y'all a question before you hop down.
Okay.
Do y'all think Blue called his mommy crying? And because he looked like he was crying on that Twitch.
I don't think Blue will ever show a sign of weakness to Carlissa again. And I think that she knows that, and so she chimes in to defend him before he can even say anything. I feel like that's all it ever is her trying to get in front of it before he does or says something that makes him look foolishly in love with Chrisean like he is.
Yeah,
So
but you know
But he
what? It
looked like he
doesn't
was
work.
ready to cry. And I know as a parent, if I seen my son look like he was ready to cry, I would reach out to him. But in Carlissa's mind, she has to defend. Did
yeah,
you see
I
that
agree.
live with him when he was walking? He had a black eye and he just looked like he was ready to cry.
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention really to him.
But yeah, he was ready to cry. And two, I'm starting to think that she does this just for the share. You get what I'm saying? This is I don't know. I just think she does
I
this for
agree.
her
I
attention.
agree. I agree. For
Because,
sure. Because if Blue already said it ain't his baby, then
what you
you
talking
don't need
about?
to be speaking on her at all, even though we know he's lying. But if y'all are
Right.
looking for a way to detach yourself from her, why are you, even if she is up here talking about him, she's reading text messages he sent her. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like she's not making this stuff up.
Right.
So, I don't know.
Well, I mean that's gonna be a hard pill for both Carlissa and for Wack to swallow. I'm quite sure he had a lot to say over there on Clubhouse, slobbing and spitting all over the microphone and stuff. I know he has. I know he has because he already had a lot to say after that fight. So it is what it is.
Just ignore that big back um mothball looking bastard. Just ignore him, Krishan. He got dentures in his mouth that just get the flopping and that spit get the flying and his booty crack already out. That's embarrassing. He's 60 years old with his booty crack out and he online and he a Pyru defending the crip, which don't make no damn sense in my mind. I don't even
Right?
gang bang and it don't make sense. But anywho, ignore him. They all confused and on that little slope, on that little special bus. Just think about it. Blue don't know how to spell Jesus. Carlissa can't read. Jaden can't count. Nevaeh is a pick me. And she ain't got her body. Look, at least she's smart enough to keep him in the closet. And I ain't gonna even drag you. And you just mess with him behind the scenes. So fine, but that's still stupid. Just go to the doctor. Everybody on three. Doctor. Okay, that's it.
That's it. That was easy.
Very easy, real quick. Doctor, count, therapist, in church.
I feel like this. I feel like, sometimes, and don't come for me, y'all. Sometimes I feel like Carlissa feels a way that she's not in the baby's life. But then other times I feel like there's like a jealousy there.
hmm
I don't know, it's hard to explain.
No, I get both. That's why I said I think she does this for
And then
attention
there's an
because
anger there because she can't control the situation. She don't have no
hmm
hand in it. So she can't do what she does when it comes down to Jaden and the kids. She can't do that in this situation. And she knows that if she were allowed to just be there, that it would help to elevate. Like, oh, if I could get him on Six Socks, everybody would tune in. Does that make sense to y'all?
it makes perfect sense because she just looks at him the same way Blue does, like for numbers and clicks and views and not for who he is to them. You get what I'm saying? So I don't really look at it for feeling bad. I just look at it as her seeing that she missed out on an opportunity. They're all opportunists.
Yeah.
If Krishan don't give them what they want, they act out and then they regret because they see how she elevated to whatever plateau she elevated to from where she was, and they be like, "Damn, I missed out on that opportunity."
Mm-hmm.
Everybody, all of them. So lead them on that little broke, little short yellow bus. with Miss Frazzle, whatever her name is.
I think the biggest disappointment for them and the biggest upset would be, or is, I should say, is that people are seeing the situation for what it really is.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? Like, people aren't just blindly listening to her anymore or blindly. Now, I did see that down in the comment sections, there was a lot of people that were jumping up and they were going with the narrative that was put out there that, oh, she's denying that he has anything going on. And people are running with that without knowing the whole story of what was said or hearing the clips, you know what I'm saying, in their entirety. But I feel like for the most part, when Carlissa opens her mouth to speak, the comments are not in her favor because her hand has been shown. And a lot of folks, I'm so grateful because if you think back, Dre, to like this time last year, there wasn't very many people out that were calling things out the way that they're being called out now, that were speaking on situations the way that they're speaking on them now, calling Carlos out, calling Blue out, calling their bullshit out. A lot of people weren't doing that. Now I can find people on TikTok that are speaking out. I can see people that are on YouTube that are starting to speak out now, but we were basically lone soldiers out here that were, blazing the trails. So I think the biggest fear is them being found out to be the frauds that we've known them to be.
Jay, I'm tell your mom.
You got the camera roll.
Your camera is on.
Okay. DJ.
But yeah, I feel that too. That we was lone soldiers out here marching with our picket sticks. Because for a time, Blue was quiet. You know what I'm saying? And once he opened his mouth and started talking, and he started moving around the streets, and he started doing everything but being a father and supporting her. People fed up. Like, it comes a time and a place where some people just fed up, some people just wake up. And when she left and start elevating herself and really showing she was done with him and she doing her, people can't do nothing but root for you. And for those who want to feel that she came out here and said what she said about the doctor situation, she didn't say that. I'm glad Henny played that. And two, I don't claim nothing that a doctor tells me as facts. If you're telling me it's something wrong with my child, like, for example, if you told me that my child will never be able to use his left arm, I'm not going to take that as face value. Just like when they tell you in the hospital, you got a certain amount of time left with your family member and they don't know what to do. They don't know what's wrong. And yet everybody in there praying to the Lord and it works out in their favor.
Uh-huh.
That's grace. That's mercy. That's a blessing.
Yeah.
Getting your word and stop trying to make things a thing and just accept it for what it is and what it ain't, because it ain't your life to live.
Exactly.
So when it's your turn for you to get dealt the blow, remember you dealt it first. Oh.
No, keep
that was
going.
up there.
You talking right. You talking right.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so you dealt the blow first, and that's just how I feel about the whole situation, because everybody out here is talking out the side of their neck, and they take the doctor's words at face value. You know what I'm saying? But you
see,
can't.
That's what you do with your life. Sorry to cut you off. If that's what you choose to do for your life, then that's what you choose to do for your life. And nobody is saying that it's being ignored like that. That's an interpretation that people are picking up on to say that it's being ignored. And people love hate more than they do the truth.
Mm-hmm.
And so to hear that, like I said earlier, all they heard was, oh, a doctor said, and we said this, and she said, and this lines up with this. So yeah, we gonna run with it because it was right. We was right. Y'all was wrong. And y'all dead
Why is
wrong.
she wrong for believing in what the Lord say versus what man say? Because
See, here's my problem.
when you, I just want to say this, Henny, before I forget. Y'all think of the Lord as Santa Claus or a
Mm-hmm.
genie in a bottle. When you
Mm-hmm.
ask him for it, he's supposed to just do it. You wouldn't know who he is if that was the case.
Exactly.
You
But
have to
here's the
pray without ceasing. You
there
got
it
to
is.
fast,
Mm-hmm.
okay? And you got to stop having an ugly heart. You can't ask for things with an ugly heart and expect to get it. You can't not forgive somebody and expect to be forgiven. That's not the way it works. You don't forgive, he don't forgive. He counts your lashes, and that's your sins.
That damn
There
thing.
is no white slate clean. So you gotta forgive in order to be forgiven. Hell is real, y'all. But go ahead, Henny. You said your problem was
My problem is people consistently were like, oh, she plays with God. She plays church. Have you ever, do y'all have big mamas? Do y'all have a bona fide colored lady as your mama? A bona fide
mm,
colored lady is a woman that is a prayer warrior that got a direct line into the Most High God. She's a woman that will fast and pray without you even knowing that she's fasting and praying without ceasing. She's a woman that is driving down the street praying over you as she drops you off. That's a bona fide colored lady. She's praying mentally for you. She's praying verbally for you. She's going to warfare for you. That's a bona fide colored lady. And their faith is this faith. I have watched my mother believe God for things that were completely insane to me. When my mama was going to go get her house, she told me a couple years prior to that the Lord told her to start buying stuff for her house, but that she didn't need to buy a lot of things. And my mama bought a couple of things. And guess what? The house that the Lord blessed her with came fully furnished. The
oh
people
wow.
didn't want the furniture, they were leaving everything behind. Now, when she said that to me, I'm thinking to myself, because I'm listening to what she getting, and I'm like, okay, but I don't hear, I don't hear, I don't hear, I don't hear. The only thing that I remember her getting was her bedroom set and a couch. And then, the things that you get, dishes and pots and pans and things like that. But it wasn't furniture shopping for a whole house. And the house was everything that she needed. But she believed and she did the work that she was supposed to do. Chrisean believes and she's doing the work she's supposed to do. See, when God tells you he's going to do something, he also puts before you what you're supposed to do. And she ain't going to tell us what it is that she's supposed to do so that people could go back and try to sabotage it.
Amen. So the enemy could try to ruin the plans. See, that reminded me of my auntie Dorothy. I tell you that story all the time. She say, I ain't going on no dialysis. She been saying that since I was a kid. So she was in the hospital. They was getting ready to put her on dialysis. She patted that doctor hand nicely after filling out them forms and said, I'm not going on no dialysis. So he went out there and came back. He said it was less than a minute to, to just put the form into the computer. It took him less than a minute. So he did it. He came back to roll her out and she was gone. So I asked my auntie, I said to my auntie, I said, did you get her phone? She gonna say, what I need her phone for? We gotta get Jesus' number out that phone. I need to know what line she called him on. Was it her cell phone? Just so I want to be clear, was it a cell phone, prayer, which one, both? I don't know, but she had his number. And as long as you do the works, you always gonna be rewarded. Because faith without works is dead.
Now, this right here came from Faith. This is what Faith said. For the record, I'm in faith too. The baby will do all things his mother is declaring in faith that he shall do. Let God's glory be revealed regardless to the past. That's Faith saying that.
Okay.
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 Hey, Natricia. Did I say that right? Natricia?
Yes, you did. You said it right.
Okay.
What's up, girl?
I am doing good. I'm doing good. Real quick, as we was talking, or as you all was talking, I had it. I don't know why, but this is placed on my heart, like to share, because my mom. I moved my mom from Kansas. My father was military. He retired. He did 21 years, and when I want to say 2008 is when she had a heart attack at the daycare center where she worked at. So long story short, come to find out she had congestive heart failure.
Oh, no.
So the doctors went in and did the open heart, did the surgery and everything and put her defibrillator in. So after the surgery, I want to say maybe 6 months after the surgery, 2 of the wires had came out. They did not want to replace the wires because they said, oh, it would be dangerous. They didn't want to put that, whatever. So from 2008 all the way up to 2008 all the way up to 2000 and what was this? What year is this? 2026, 2024. She walked around with only one wire connected to her heart. Well, right around her birthday time, her defibrillator kept going off. And my mom is a missionary in the church. She's real, prays, get up every morning, prays 5 o'clock on the dot every morning. My mom walked around with one wire connected to her heart from 2008 all the way up to 2024. We had a revival at the church. This prophet walked past my mother, laid hands on her and said, y'all, this lady has a leaky heart. He said, I feel the blood in my hands in her back. He told her, when you go back to the doctors, you're going to have a normal heart. And when I say no later at her doctor's appointment, a month later, when she went back to the doctors were checking her heart and was trying to figure out, they said, you have a normal heartbeat.
See there?
They said your heartbeat is normal. So when she was at home, her defibrillator, the thing kept beeping. So I told her, I said, you got to go to the emergency room so they can turn it off. Well, they couldn't turn it off. So they decided to go in and to connect at first, the doctors did not want to, but the hospital that she went to was a Christian-based hospital out here in Raleigh. They didn't want to really touch it at first, but then they went ahead and did the surgery. When they did the surgery, they was able to reconnect the wires. Now, mind you, my mom walked around all that time with one link connected to her heart. Her heart was pumping 20%.
Right. Oh,
from 2008 all the way up to 2014. 2024. No oxygen. She was using no walker. She wasn't out of breath. She would get out and mow the lawn and all that stuff, like doing normal stuff.
And the whole time her heart leaking. And
the whole time, 20%.
Whoo, see, this is what I mean. I don't understand how people don't know that God is real.
Exactly. That's my whole thing. That's why whenever I watch, I've been following her for so long, and her story, and people don't get it when she's saying that my baby don't have this. That's because she's speaking faith and she's speaking in existence.
Yes, you have to speak those
She
things
is she
that
is
are not
talking
as
about
though
his
they are.
healing.
Right.
She is claiming his healing. And that's why the Lord is using her as a testimony before the world. You know what I'm saying? Because people taking this as a joke. We don't know how long we got here on this earth. We don't know when he gonna crack that sky. But all I know is all these naysayers, they are treading real light. They better watch it.
They better. They better. Hey Cherish, how are you? Uh-oh. Cherish.
Can you hear me? I'm sorry. I thought
We
I
hear
put.
you.
Okay. So I just want to say, as much as Carlissa sits up there and claims she's a Christian, and how she believe in God, and just, I mean, this is what she says all the time. For her to sit up there and like say it doesn't even surprise me. I don't even know why I'm going with that, but she gets on here and say all this stuff. To me is derogatory. He
Mhm.
has plenty of disabilities. That's, to me, it's like she's speaking curses over him, like on
Right.
purpose.
Right.
Like she's doing this intentional.
Intentionally. Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's intentionally. She's speaking curses over him, and it's demonic. And not only her, it's been other people that constantly speak curses over this child.
Mm-hmm.
And
On a
I'm
daily
glad,
basis.
yeah, I'm glad that Chrisean changed his name to Chrisean Jesus, because it gives them, how you make the devil mad, or like you make the devil uncomfortable,
Mm-hmm.
so that it kills them to have to say Chrisean Jesus.
It does.
Instead, they'll say, "Oh, they'll say Junior." They'll keep saying Junior, or they'll say that it's blasphemy for her to call Sean Jesus.
But here's the
But
thing for that. But let me ask you this: is it blasphemy when people name their children Jesus? Because Jesus is Jesus. So is it
exactly.
blasphemy then?
But you know what? Those people, um, because Jesus' name is, I mean, if you translate it in different, in Islam, it's Isa, okay. In Hebrew, is Yeshua. Or in which translates to Joshua, okay.
Mhm.
So you mean to tell me if I name my child Joshua, that's blasphemy too?
Right. Right.
They have like a some type of mental block or intellectual block or something.
They got a money
Um,
block because they being paid to be ignorant.
no, but you got some that be, I don't know. Yeah, they probably are getting. I said that. I was thinking that, because there's no way in hell that these people, like, I mean, they wake up. Yeah, they probably are getting paid. Because you see the same people saying certain things. I mean, and they say terrible things. Like, the more people that like her, they have it's like they attack you for liking her, attack you for having anything. They attack whoever is doing anything for her, or that's just being around her, that's supporting her. They attack everybody that does that. But another thing, what kind of made me not upset with Chrisean, and made me kind of feel uncomfortable, is like her emphasis. And I know he's a part of her story, but her emphasis on Blueface, I really feel, and I've been saying this, everybody was like, oh, he loves her and all this type. That man do not love her. Okay. I don't even think he's capable of that. And I just wish she didn't spend so much time talking about him. Like, don't give him nothing. He said the baby wasn't his. The way I feel like he did her a favor and just keep it moving. I feel like he did her a favor yeah, I really do. And I think that people, love to throw up in her face, oh, Blueface don't want you. Sometimes, and then especially in this case, rejection is God's protection. Okay. He don't want to do nothing but make money off of her, exploit her in every way possible. And it's like his mom is a demon and he's a demon too. Okay. I don't, and maybe I'm wrong for being just judgmental, but I feel this in my heart, and everything that he does and everything his mom, especially, I never seen nobody so evil. Like, they remind me of some people that's in office right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? They are oppressors.
Yeah, they really
They
are.
are like,
From dealing with someone similar to Blue, because it wasn't just like Blue.
they are oppressors.
Narcissist. He said to her, "You don't know my love language." You want to know narcissist love language? The way they show love and what they think love is? Control.
Yep.
Domination. Submission.
People don't realize that's a spirit. That's a demonic spirit.
Exactly.
A narcissist is a demonic spirit.
All of that is those are all spirits. So
Yeah,
because
and
it's the opposite of what the scripture says love is.
Yep.
So for him, when she was submissive, when she was doing what he said, the way Nevaeh is being right now, to him, that's love. That's his love language. And the minute she step outside that box, she gonna meet Lucifer. I named him that for a reason. Because that humiliation,
and rightfully so,
manipulation that he got going on with her, and then look at where he got it from. That's the same thing Carlissa does. So where did he learn this type of dark love? From his mama. Because when she can't control them and she can't have control over their lives, she get up here on this internet and trash and bash. You want to know when her and Blue have made up? When she on here defending him the way she been defending him lately. Or when she's trying to get back in his good graces.
She contradicts herself a lot too. Because she contradicts herself. Oh yeah. That's why he looked the way he looked. Yeah, he contradicts him. He contradicts, and she looked the way she looked because she used to be kind of cute or whatever, but no, she just ain't, don't nothing look right. And yeah. She
That's why they go
contradicts
so
herself.
hard.
Yeah, I never forget. She was doing something with some voodoo or something. And
she was gonna bring them voodoo people on her show to show you how they do the voodoo and how to get it off.
Yeah. But she called herself having a problem. I don't know if she does this mess for content or what. Okay, but I strongly believe. And Henny, you got on me about this before, but I feel like they tried to do voodoo to on Chrisean and that baby and Chrisean Jesus. I really feel like that.
I don't remember that.
You did.
I believe it.
I think I said something about don't speak that over the baby, like the voodoo thing over the baby. I think so.
No, I was
that
telling
pastor
you.
confirmed it. That pastor confirmed that someone was trying to do voodoo on Chrisean.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know he did that, but I got this from and I'm not into like, I'm not in like, I don't know anything about I don't even know what you call it, but spells and voodoo or whatever. I don't even know. I don't know what you call it, but like somebody that I came across basically, I want to say gave a revelation and basically said, and this is the only person that does that did this, basically said that they were trying to put curses on and on that child, and they said that Blue was doing some type of sex magic or whatever, and yeah, it was like manipulation. It was basically he was breadcrumbing her, and everything that this lady said, every single thing that she said, it came to pass. And they said that she was gonna be okay. She's gonna come out on top. And they said, this lady said that it's gonna be where it's like evil versus what was right. It's gonna this is gonna come to pass. And she said that the team that she's gonna have is gonna be strong. And everything that this lady said is coming to pass. Everything that she said, but she's gonna be okay. She's gonna be okay. But it's people that for whatever reason they are trying to destroy her, and basically they want her to, like Blues Camp, they want her to like strip her of nothing, where she's just destitute. They want to drive her crazy and strip her of nothing. And
But
I
it's
was
not
trying
gonna
to
work.
tell you what was going on, Henny, like probably like 7 months ago. I was trying to tell you, like, no, she can't talk, she can't deal with him. But you was like, no, because I know, I don't know. It's over with. But everything that this lady said.
What did I
Huh?
say? What did I say? Because I do
Because
know that I did what that
okay, so
whole thing about born a baby. I didn't want to hear that. I know somebody had came in here saying that, and I did not want to hear that. Like I don't want to.
yeah, okay, so basically, I was saying that I had came across a I don't know, what do you call them people? I guess a person that
Oh, a
do
reader.
readings.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
okay, so
readings.
I know
A
exactly
psychic.
why I shut it down because I don't do that. Because when
Yeah, because
people
you
start
said it's
reading,
not good to like go into people's
It's
mind or
not.
something like that,
Yeah.
or soul, if you
It's
don't
like
have
opening up
permission.
portals.
exactly.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
yeah,
why I was like,
yeah.
no, ma'am.
Yep. But I didn't know. I don't know nothing about that type. I don't know nothing about it or whatever. But when because a lot of times I listen to them people now, and I don't even really listen to them. But this lady, for some, like everything that she said came to pass, and and sure enough, that's what they're doing. But she said Chrisean is gonna come out on top, and she said you'll see that it's gonna be evil versus what's right. And that's because I swear these people are evil. These
Maybe
people are evil. I mean, it's one thing to like disagree with certain things or whatever, or not like a person, but I mean, like if I don't like somebody, I don't follow everything that they do. You know what I mean? If I don't like you, I don't like you. I don't follow everything that you do. But these people literally follow her in the name of being concerned for her child. That's a lie. You're not concerned. And then on top of that, they insult her child. They talk about her child. Anytime somebody send her something or whatever, they have a problem with it. Why do you? It's not your money being sent. It's not you. They have a problem with anybody showing this
because
girl.
they don't want any elevation to come of her. They don't want anybody supporting her. They don't want anybody putting her in a positive light. I mean, at the end of the day, we've already known what the lady said. We've already known. We've already seen. We talked about that over here about how they're trying to make her leave. They wanted her out of LA, okay? Because WAC has said that many a times. They wanted her out of LA They wanted her to go back to Baltimore where she came from, but they wanted her to go back and be a nobody.
They
Right. And
want
that's
her,
not gonna
yeah,
happen.
not
And
have
that will
nothing. They
never
don't. They
happen.
don't want her to have no type of. And then what kills me is what like they tired of seeing her, but it's a whole bunch of people on this internet that just serve no purpose at all. Okay, so how you tired of seeing her? Like it's a bunch of
It's
like
because of the gift
foolery.
Krishan. It's because of the gift that Krishan has. And right now, the day and time that we're living in, her lifestyle is really opening the eyes to a lot of people of what is, who God really is. Because you have those that don't believe in church, that don't go to church or don't believe in God, you know what I'm saying? And don't really understand the word and how it works. But look how he used someone. I binge watched the other day a lot of her shows when she was on Bad Girls Club, Blue Club, and like from when she first came out, and you can really see how demonized, how the devil was really trying to take over her. Like her whole look, her whole style, everything, you can see it in her face. It's crazy. And when you see her now, you can see how God has graced her. And that just goes to show that regardless of your lifestyle or how you live, anything that you have ever dealt with or what you're dealing with, he can use anybody to get his point across.
That's a fact. And he's using her to make it okay, to open the doorway for people. But
Yep.
even when you look into today's day and times, can you wash your hands and put this back in, please? When you look into the climate that we're in right now, you see that people run to the negative. You can literally see the demonic energy of everything.
And then whenever it's something positive, she's trying to get sympathy. How is her fasting? How is her praying? How is her working out? How is that getting sympathy? That's why I say it's some type of intellectual block.
Hold on
Like
one
how
second.
is it?
Swagger, I've already talked about Blueface's tooth. I talked about it yesterday. I don't know where that rumor came from or how that rumor started, but there has been no mention from anyone except for a couple of blog pages that his tooth got knocked out. As far as WAC getting denied entry, I believe we may have spoken on it, but yeah, they're not the topic of the conversation at this moment, but he needs to be denied entry everywhere. Yeah, proceed. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was basically saying, how is her fasting and praying and working out, like how is that asking for sympathy? She turns to God. First of all, whenever that's who you need to turn to is God. That's who you need to turn to. And I tell people, try it sometime. Yes. That's who she.
But when
Who
you
else is she supposed to turn
you
to?
go to God for sympathy, you go to God for compassion, for healing, for understanding, for elevation. So I'm just, I don't know. People really need help in this day and age, and it's in there. It's so obvious to the times that we're living in because of the audiences. Like
Right.
here lately, even with the way that it is not defending, with the way that I have been speaking on things, if you are going to cover Chrisean, if you are truly covering Chrisean, your message is going to start to change. I'm telling you that now, because to go back and watch the messages, you're not gonna hurt me. The messages that I've been given lately, I'm in awe of some of the things that come out my mouth, because I'll be like, wait a minute, I said that. Because you cannot cover her and stay the same. In a minute, there's going to be a total flip that happens. Now, remember, a long time ago, I called the changing of the guard. I said the tides are turning, and the tides have started to turn. Remember that I'm calling this out now. In a minute, it's going to be a flip that happens. And if you are delivering the message the way the message needs to be delivered, you will be a part of that flip. So I'm just sitting back. I'm just sitting back and I'm watching. Because God is moving right now. We got this war going on. People don't know what's going on. The president is trying to block any page that is giving people information. They're trying to keep us in the dark. But if you read and study your Bible, you know what's going on.
Yep.
Twist it. Mm-hmm. That's what I've been doing. It keeps falling off. I don't know. This is annoying me right now.
But he
Sorry,
speaks to
y'all.
this.
I'm trying
He
to get
said
my thing, but my eyebrow pierced back and it ain't going. What was you gonna say, Jay?
he speaks to this. He said in the last days, people will be lovers of themselves rather than lovers of the Lord. People will be haughty. People will want to hear scripted doctrine, meaning you want to hear a preacher tell you what you want to hear, and you can pay to get yourself into heaven. Mom against daughter, father against son, wars, rumors of wars. Those are the beginning. I believe he said the beginning of sorrow, beginning of something. I'm a D in it, okay? I know, Lord, sorry, Jesus.
Dre, you're muted. I mean, not muted, muffled.
Oh, I'm muffled. Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you now.
Okay, cool. I said in the last days, it says in scriptures, there will be rumors of wars. There will be wars and rumors of wars. People will be lovers of themselves rather than lovers of God. People would want to hear a scripted doctrine, meaning that you want somebody to tell you you could pay to get yourself into heaven rather than hearing the truth. It would be father against son and mother against daughter. Sounds familiar?
Sure does.
So, with that being said, those are the beginning pain, the beginning of what was it, sorrows? Don't quote me, please. Read it for yourself. Okay, so I'm a D in it. Okay, I know, Lord forgive me, but I'm
He's
trying.
Medea-ing the scripture, y'all. He ain't doing it on purpose, but he's Medea-ing the scripture.
Read. That's what I'm telling you. Read for yourself. Don't take man advice. Man has been wrong several times. Science been wrong several times too, except for when they went with Jesus. Oh, I was doing preaching. I'm sorry.
Well, does anyone else want to come up before we close out? I'm gonna drop the link one more time. Anybody else that wants to come up?
Okay, somebody that stole my Cadillac converter. I have to go, honey.
Oh Lord. Okay.
All right.
Not the Cadillac converter. I didn't know people still stole those.
Yeah, they get at least $500 off of them.
Jeez Louise. Well, ladies, I definitely want to thank you both for coming up here. Especially giving the testimony of your mother, because people need to hear to understand what's being said. You know what I'm saying? Like, people take stuff at face value and from a mundane level, but they don't bother to go deep because we're no longer a part of a society that challenges you to think for yourself.
Right.
to research, to investigate. People have become so lazy, they just want people to tell them stuff, and then they come and they regurgitate it. You know what?
Right.
I'm gonna say this. Mama Zay and TK, y'all know y'all ain't spit, right? Because y'all do this every time when I be like, all right, y'all, I'm getting ready to go. Here come the no, Lenny, don't leave. I know what y'all doing.
Ho, ho,
Y'all
ho.
on this internet.
I
Y'all
just
ain't
got
spit.
off work and I'm in my car driving and I've been listening to you the whole time every time I'm at work. And so and I got to get my nerves up to come up here. But y'all don't got me feeling the Holy Spirit. And so
Okay.
just to ride off when I just want to say I'm trying to be real quick. When Chrisean was speaking about her faith and her believing what her baby is healed or whatever,
Uh-huh.
my mom years ago had 11 strokes back to back.
Ooh.
The doctor called the family and said for us to come up there, that
Uh-huh.
she wasn't gonna make it. And this my hand for God. I got on my knees, and when I tell you I prayed so hard, I cried. I prayed from the heart. And I talked to God and I told him how much I love my mom, how much she need to be here, how much she loved him. By the time I got to the hospital, I walked into the room. My uncle went in first and he took his Bible and he prayed for her. He stayed in there for a long time. When I got in the room, my mom eyes was open. She said, I saw you praying for me. She said the devil is a lie.
Wow.
Don't let them operate on me because my mom was hemorrhaging from the brain real bad and they couldn't stop it. My mama said, I am healed by the blood of Jesus and I'm going home. And I could call my mama right now and she tell everybody to this day that story. And she said, I saw the people standing around waiting for me. And she said, I ain't going. And to this day, my mama can walk. She had, a
Mm,
little deterioration in her knee. And she could talk and she take care of herself. And it's
mm,
faith. And I have faith. I don't know. And I won't in no church every day. And I want all. Let me tell you something. I ain't gonna tell you all my sins, but I prayed that prayer, and God heard a sinner's prayer.
That
He
part.
healed my mother, and she went home. The doctors didn't know what happened. And the other thing too, I went to the doctors because my leg kept swelling. The one doctor said I had this, the other doctor said I had that, and turned out all of them wrong. It was fluid. And they ended up putting me on the fluid pill. I could lose a couple of pounds here and there. And so it's just my doctor is God. I don't care what these doctors say. My doctor's always been God and Jesus. And that's just how I believe. And the other thing is I've never watched any of Chrisean's shows before. I just
Uh-huh.
happened seen her one day on a clip like 3 years ago, and it
Uh-huh.
was just something about her, and I've been following her ever since. I know God has changed her. I couldn't even stand to watch the show, so I never looked at him. But I see the change in her, and just watching her, she has made me want to draw closer to God. She has
Right.
made me want to get myself together also. And that's about it. And thank you, Henny. I appreciate you guys. I miss this panel. You guys used to do this every what, Monday or Tuesday?
Monday and Friday. We're coming back. It's just, everybody has some things going on. Life is lifing for everyone. So we
Yeah.
have to allow life to make way. We will be coming back, but I have been going live on Instagram and I said, well, you know what? I have an audience on YouTube and a lot of people they may know about my Instagram, but they're over here. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
my original home was YouTube. It was never supposed to be Instagram and it became that. So I said, well, these lives that I do over there on Instagram, I can take those to YouTube and then I can open the panel and allow other people to come up and speak as well to chime in on the topic. As we're on Instagram, I can only bring 3 other people up besides myself. Over here, I can bring up more people than what I could over there. And everybody has something to say. And, it was supposed to be we opened the panel on Wednesday for y'all, but we could never get Wednesday right because by the
Yeah.
time the evening came, we all had stuff to do. but I can open my panel over here. I can open my panel on the other channel when we talking about court cases, when we talking about, politics or whatever it is. I can do that. So I said, well, you know what? Let me get back over there to where I originated from, because some people may have an Instagram, but they don't be on it like that. They're mostly over here. And
Well, I
this is
follow
where the
you.
message needed to be, because this is where the most damage is done on YouTube.
Yeah.
It gets done over there on TikTok, and it gets done over there on Instagram and Twitter. Don't get me wrong, but this is where people need the messages to come, and people really need to understand. I'm not just a blogger. I'm not just a content creator. I'm a person who's looking at this from a spiritual perspective, and I give you the gossip as entertainment, but I need to give you the message as well that's behind everything, and clear up any misconceptions that may be had. While I'm not an expert, while I'm not a saved, sanctified, on fire, Holy Ghost filled woman, I still have a knowledge of what it's like to walk with the Lord, what it's like to talk with the Lord, what it's like to have prayers answered, what it's like to have miracles happen in your life, what it's like to get signs that the Lord is real and that God is still in the business of doing what he said he would do. Because at the end of the day, when my home was wrongfully raided and I had a firearm in my home that had bodies on that firearm, and I dropped to my knees with a gun to me, police telling me to sit down in the chair, and I'm on my knees praying to God to cover the bag where the gun is so they don't get it. And they tossed my house up from front to back and back to front. I mean, tore that mug up. Do you hear me? And when I went in my room, the bag was behind the closet door. They had seen it and bypassed it.
Wow.
Or else I would have went to jail.
I've been there too.
People that I know God is real, and I tell people, listen, I've been in these streets. I've been through some things. I really do. I really have.
Amen.
I know what I'm talking about. And the fact that they turned everything up in that house but that bag where that firearm was, you can't tell me God ain't do what I asked, because I said, Lord, please, Jesus, cover it with your cloak and don't let them find it. Father, please do not let them find that firearm in this house. I don't want to go to prison. Please, Lord, don't let me go to prison right now. Please, Lord, they'll take my children from me. Please don't let. And guess what? We were protected. And guess what I did right after that? Got rid of that shit, because I never wanted to be in that position ever again in life.
Amen. I know that feeling. I was, when I was young, I was married to a drunk drug dealer, and that fool went out there and threw the stuff in the backyard, and the people had been watching us for a long time. And it was covered. So I understand the same situation multiple times with that man, and he was a narcissist. He spit on me.
Let me tell you something. They had the wrong family, because they was watching that house, but the family that moved out before we moved in, they was gone. So the people they was looking for didn't even live in that house. So you wrongfully raided my house.
Wow.
You traumatized my family wrongfully. And the reason I had the firearm is because I was in my DV situation, and my homeboy brought me the firearm because I said, I'm tired of him beating on me.
Amen.
And my homeboy said, I'm gonna give you this, but just don't get caught with it. But if you gotta protect yourself, you gotta protect yourself. That's how serious it got.
Yeah.
Where I had a homeboy hand me a firearm to protect myself.
God knew the reason why you had that. That's why it happened. That's why the outcome came out like that, because of the reason why you had it.
When I got thrown down them flight of stairs by that man, and I was tumbling down that bitch, I was calling the name of Jesus, because I didn't want my neck to break. I have injuries in my body right now that are still coming to pass. That just recently I found out I had 3 broken bones in my wrist that I didn't even know. I knew my wrist hurt me. I knew I had taken that tumble down the stairs and missed the arm that was in a sling. and it was fractured, but I didn't know they had actually broken because I took my arm out the sling to take care of my babies. Y'all don't understand how much shit I really went through in that DV situation to why I could talk about it the way I talk about it and walk it the way I walk it. Why I can call this situation out the way that I could call this situation out. Because I went through hell fighting for my life. You can't tell me shit about coming out on the other side. You can't tell me that even when you're not walking upright and perfect and you don't know your Bible inside and out, you can't tell me that God is not still there, that he's not listening, he's not answering your prayers. Because like you said earlier, God answers the prayers of the sinner. He still hear you. When you're his chosen, it don't matter how far you've backslidden. When you turn your face down and you call on that name, he hears you. So
He's
all
gonna
the
call you back.
people that have so much to say about her because you judging her. And guess what? I was doing substances when I was in that DV relationship because guess what? You gotta do something to make it through because you can't understand why you can't leave this person, and you can't understand why you think you love this person, and you can't understand how this person who tells you that they love you and this person who gave you this representative that you fell in love with that wasn't really them, you can't understand how you living in so much hell. And guess what? I was in church. I was saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost fire in church while I was going through hell at home. You can't tell me shit about this walk because I walked it. I lived it. I survived it and came on the other side of it. You can't tell me nothing about what it's like to have a child with somebody who favors the person who hurt you the most and you love them more than you love your next breath. You can't tell me nothing about this that I can't call out like the back of my hand because I lived it and I've been through it. So that's why I be saying when I be sitting up here and I be hearing these women getting up on these platforms talking about this girl like a dog, talking about I was a victim of that. I survived. I went through DV. Bitch, no, you didn't. Because ain't no way in hell you went through that type of hell, that type of trauma, that type of healing and elevation, because it's a lot of hell to heal, because I'm still healing to this day, because my body has constant reminders of what it is that I went through. So when these motherfuckers get up here and they want to talk about Henny's a fat, big back bitch, you damn right I am. You know why? Because I am a survivor of something that I went through that is limiting me to what I can do physically. But guess what? I'm still here and my mind is still sharp. You can't tell me shit when I get up every day in pain, when I get up every day struggling to make it through. Just from that little situation that happened in my life, it altered me forever physically. But here I am. Here I am still standing. Here I am still giving. Here I am pouring out wisdom. Here I am giving something to people that I don't even know. I don't even know why all of y'all like me, but y'all do. And I love y'all.
Because you got a beautiful spirit. You have a beautiful spirit, and you're a critical thinker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you do you don't just say things just to say it. You don't just, you're not intellectually lazy, because you have a lot of people that they don't want to do research. And how I learned about Chrisean, what she came here, because I'm in Rochester, New York. She came here, and I saw some girl with a missing tooth, and they was talking about, oh, they came and ate at, we got a famous restaurant here, and I was like, oh, I didn't really pay no attention to her, but then I have a friend, my best friend, okay, do you know we don't talk to this day because of the things that she was saying about her and how she would dog her. We don't talk to this day. We fell out behind her. Okay. And this been my friend since I was like 10 years old. But what made me fall out with her is because I'm thinking about her mindset. You gotta be a real effed up person, okay? To sit up here and constantly criticize and dog a 23-year-old. Okay, this child is younger than our kids. Our kids' age, and constantly and then it's like you happy or like getting some type of satisfaction of Blueface pimping her. Okay. And I'm thinking of and then what happened was it just reminded me of just certain things that happened, in our with us growing up and stuff like that. Just certain things, like I got flashbacks from certain things triggered me. And you constantly talk about, oh, she didn't buy a house. First of all, we damn near 50 years old. Did you buy a house? Why are you worried about this damn 23-year-old
But see, that's the
that you don't
problem.
even know?
People are
Right.
judgmental to things
And
that
you 50
guess
years
what?
old.
But there's a lot of 50-year-old women that are looking at this 26-year-old elevating at a rapid pace at an early age where it took many of us longer. At 26 years old, do you know where I was? At 26 years old, I had just entered into that relationship at 26.
Mm.
I
Just
just
like
entered into that DB relationship. And you know what? It took me 7 years. 7 years later, I walked away. 7 years and 2 kids later, I walked away. And it took a lot for me to walk away. You want to know when I really was freed?
was when he went to jail.
No. He
I ain't know he
unalived
went to jail.
himself.
Oh,
And he tried to take me with him.
oh Lord.
Had I gone downstairs to see what he wanted, I probably wouldn't be here right now. And I hadn't been with him for years. You understand me? And see, when I first started doing this, I had to try to understand everything that was going on in this sector. I had to take a step back, especially after I exploded when I said I wasn't doing that in this year, that I was going to do things differently. I had to take a step back and understand something. People who can control your emotions, be it hate, be it get you out your place of peace. Oh, she's 25 now. I thought she was 26.
She's 26.
Yeah, she just turned 26 because Peanut Butter will be 27 in June. Okay, yeah. So I had to look at all of this. When a person can control your emotions, they can control you. I wasn't put in this. I didn't start doing this because I was looking for riches or I was looking for fame. That's why I really don't care about going viral, as I do people comprehending, as I do people relating, as I do people understanding the examples that are being placed before us, as I do people understanding what we're looking at spiritually, because this is more than just a mundane thing. This is spiritual warfare playing out right in front of our eyes. And if you can't see it, then you need to get on your face and fast until you do, because that's what we're looking at right now. So when it comes down to people possibly having anything negative to say, people possibly having anything that they're feeling in their heart about this platform, about the people who support me, about me, it's none of my business. That's your business. Keep that shit over there. I don't care. Because I'm not here for that. The reason I'm here doing what I'm doing is becoming ever clear to me as the days go by. And I would rather stand in obedience to the mission set in front of me than I would in disobedience because a bunch of people over there are trying to stifle me or whatever the case may be. And let me just be very clear. I hold no malice, no nothing in my heart. Nobody, for real, like for nobody, because I understand that holding something in my heart towards anybody else, it hinders me. And if I hold something in my heart towards somebody, that's going to block my blessings. I don't need no help blocking my blessings. I screw up on my own enough. I don't need you to help me. So anything that I have felt, I have purged. I have let go. I can sit in a room with somebody that says they don't like me and I'm just fine. I might even speak to you.
Right.
But see, that's the difference when you start really grasping and understanding how much forgiveness is for you. how freeing forgiveness is. And I'm speaking on forgiveness right now before I turn the floor over because you got Shauna D up. Beyonce is backstage. You got Shauna D, you got Mama Zay, and now you got Beyonce who are up here. And I want to give y'all a chance to speak as well. So, what
Okay.
I'm going to say about forgiveness for everyone who may not know, may not understand, may not grasp it, forgiveness is the most selfish thing that was given to us because it frees us. There's a freeing in forgiveness. There's a release that comes in forgiveness. It does not mean access to you, but freeing relieves you of the burdens. And when I say forgiveness, I mean just that. True forgiveness releases you from anything that you have been holding on to. You have to forgive because that thing you're holding is a weight on you. That thing you're holding is a connection to something else that you're trying to move from. But how the hell are you going to move away from something when you still connected to it? That's like trying to plug the vacuum into one room and run it over to the other and you think you got enough cord and you don't. You've got to, no, I'm sorry. You still plugged into the wall trying to go to another room. You've got to untangle yourself from that. And forgiveness, how you know you've forgiven, is because they don't bother you no more. They don't get under your skin. They don't move you how they used to move you. They don't get you to react the way that they once got you to react. They don't get the same responses in you that they once did. That's how you know you've forgiven and you've moved past. And so I get it. I get that Chrisean is in a space of forgiveness and she's in a space of hope. But like she said, she gives it all to the Lord. Change is not for her to make happen because that ain't her job. All she can do is focus on her and her child. And if she's forgiven her siblings, that's for her. That ain't for us. That's for her. Because she's moving in a whole different path that many people are missing. Mama Zay.
That's it. Yes, I'm here.
Go ahead, and then Shauna, and then Beyonce.
I'm stepping down. Thank
TK,
you.
leaving?
Yeah, I just got off from work. I was driving and I got to walk my dog. I just want to say thank you. I appreciate you. I feel like everything that Chrisean has went through has helped people that are going through the same situation in private and don't know what to do. Shed some light, some type of direction. Because I went through all my life and didn't even know what a narcissist was until I got to like 30 some years old. And I realized I was married to one. But at the same time, I wish something like someone could build off in this, or she could build off this, and have like some kind of healing, like a healed out wound for women, young girls, or men that have been through everything that we have watched this girl testimony in front of our eyes. There needs to be something to help people because some of this stuff is not taught in no church. Like you said, you be sitting in church because I was in church too, and you're going through all this, and they telling you how to get rich, and you going home and fighting with hell. But that's all. It's just something like it's so much that could come from this to help people to heal or navigate how to get through things like this. But thank you. I appreciate you. And I'm still listening. I just gotta go.
I appreciate you too. Thank you for coming up.
And I follow you on Instagram, but it's a different name.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Because of the type of work I do. But thank you.
I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mama Zay, go ahead.
Okay, so what I have to say, it goes across the board. Like, I have 4 grandchildren, 2 daughters, and y'all know, well, from the last meltdown, I don't even talk about my oldest daughter. We don't get along, but you would never see me bash her online, on the phone. I don't talk about them. Matter of fact, I have blocked them. So for my sanity, I still love them, but you will never see me disrespect my kids on no platform to
Right.
nobody. Even if Brooklyn say something, I said, don't talk about my daughter, you know, because that's
Right.
still my daughter, that's
Right.
still my daughter. So when I see this woman who's supposed to be a grandmother, and to me, growing up, grandmothers mean like when mama's not there, grandma is there. Grandma got it. You can't bring shit to grandma that grandma don't know about because she done been there. And you sitting here and you are disrespecting this young baby. Because I'm 50. Anybody younger than me is a baby. If when
Right.
you disrespect this young baby that's trying, and then when you disregard the shit that your son is doing, that
Mhm.
your son, she literally read out her text messages, and you still got something to say about
She
what this boy is doing to her, still
Mhm.
doing to her, still trying to manipulate her into having sex with him, and he's having sex with 50, 11 women. And he's talking
Mhm.
about gonorrhea, this and that, syphilis, whatever. He's talking about all that. But you want to go and the mother of your child and give that to mess to her. You mad because she got sense enough and she grew up and the Lord lit that light up and said, no, baby, you're not going back. Even though sometimes she feel bad and something that because we all, if we gonna be right, we all have them times where we're like, okay, I really miss him, but and that stuff start talking to you. But the Lord keep telling her and sending somebody in her midst to tell her, no, you cannot do this. I brought you too far. I'm not gonna allow you to throw all that away. Because I'm quite sure she go through her moments where she want to get on that flight and go back. But for what? To be disrespected by the whole family, by the whole clan? No, that's not where God got her going. And Carlissa is a fucking joke. As a mother, as a grandmother, as whatever. She is not the head of the household. She is not the matriarch. She is a fucking joke. And it irritates my soul to see her act the way she act about this baby. Both babies. Because and these women out here that are coming at Chrisean about her baby, and the Bible says, or they say, dig one ditch, you better dig two. You better be fertile, infertile, because why you talking
Uh-oh. Mama Zay. She must be in that truck. She done hit a dead zone. She'll come back. In the meantime, Shauna D, you wanna go ahead?
Yes, ma'am. First of all, thank you, Henny, for having me up. And hello to the panel. Henny, we love you, and
I love y'all
we know that
too.
you move with intention. We do. We love you because you move with intention. And I like how the young lady said it earlier. You're a critical thinker. You force people to think, not playing the devil's advocate, but you force people to really see things of how they are. Um, but I truly have a heart for Krishan because I had a narcissist for an ex-husband, my first husband, and I left with 2 kids. So when that that frog in her throat comes up, I know what that feeling's from. I didn't want to leave you behind, but I gotta let you go.
Right.
I tried to love you and I tried to give you all. And when she said you had my whole heart, I don't know if anybody understood that. There was nothing she would not have done for that man, but he misused it. He took her for granted.
Right.
So when she got choked up on her interview, I've watched it a couple times, and not to dissect it, but to really see how she's grown from the first interview with him and some of those first interviews she did from her day ones of being incarcerated to now. And then for I'm just gonna go down the list I got for Carlissa to even speak on her, to speak against her own grandson.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, woman, what is wrong with you? Have you no shame? I mean, that you feel the need to come out behind this grown tail man. I want to say some other words, but I gotta remember who I belong to. I'm serious because I'm like Chrisean. I had to work on that when I was young because I can cuss you out one way and cuss you down another, and not think twice about it and treat you like furniture. Just as, and I'm trying to stay that way. But she pricks me seriously because that old nature rises up when I see that woman. And it's not that, it's not that she's got that kind of control, but it's just the fact that you're my age. We're in our 50s and you're steady upholding this man's wrong. You should be telling him of how to treat a woman, but you aren't any kind of woman to model after, first and foremost.
And she
but then you want to curse
it.
Yes, and you want to curse your own grandchild. Chrisean is walking in faith. She is the epitome of in relationship with God. If you cannot see that young woman is in relationship, she's in her word, she's studying her word, her baby's in the word. She's walking by faith. Life and death is in the power of the tongue. I will live, I shall not die. I'm above, I'm not beneath. I'm more than a conqueror. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. So she's walking in faith at a young age. She could choose to do anything right now, but she's walking in faith. She's walking it out. If we can do nothing else for my intercessors, you already know what to do. Get on the wall for this girl because Satan's going to be busy. Get on the wall. Get on the wall for her because Satan is busy. He already came out today trying to refute, trying to have a rebuttal through their own bloodline. I could care less about that woman. I could care less about, you know who I'm talking about, that woman when I say it. She better stop before she finds her tongue glued to the roof of her mouth or keep talking on God's children. Because the Bible said, if you offend the little ones which believe in me, it's better a millstone, which is a cinder block, hung around your neck and you cast in the depth of the sea. Carlissa, choose your fate. Choose your fate. Keep your mouth off of Chrisean. Who am I to say it? I'm a believer. And I pray for this girl. She doesn't even know me, but I pray for her like I pray for my own children. Because I see her walk. I see where she's going. And like you said earlier, if you cannot see in the spiritual realm what's going on, you need to get back in your word. You need to get on your knees and ask God for revelation. I had an ex-mother-in-law like Carlissa. And let me tell you, if Chrisean, if you see this sometimes, sweetheart, no influence is the best influence. You don't need it. Don't make somebody believe that you do. Because God will send you who you need. God will send you those that be like grandmothers. They'll send those like mothers to you. They'll send those grandfathers to you and not have anything to gain but to love on you and your child and children when they come here, your future generations. God will send you the right people. Don't get so hung up on the belonging or the I wish you had a relationship. I was there before. I've been there, and sometimes you gotta let God deal with it, like she's doing right now. You are in God's hands. I put you in God's hands. So I just know I don't watch that woman. I can't stand the sound of her voice. It's like nails against a chalkboard. And I know she's out there for glitz, glamour, and some clicks and views. But Carlissa, you really need to rethink what you're doing and how you speak on this young woman and how you speak on her baby. Blue, you need to get it together, baby, because what you're doing ain't gonna end well. It's not, excuse my vernacular, it's not gonna end well. You can't force someone into subjection. If anything, we already know what this road is, and I pray for him. I pray for him because I don't want to see his demise. But if he don't stop, that's going to be the end of him, and I don't wish that on him.
Listen, all you can do is pray for him at this point. And see, a lot of people be like, I'm not praying for him. I'm not praying for him.
You have to.
But you have to, because that's Bible. That's scripture. You are
it don't feel good, but that's spiritual maturity.
Yes. Yeah. I keep saying this because it's a fact. You are supposed to pray for your enemies.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason you pray for your enemies is so you reap coals of fire on their head if
On
they
their
continue
head.
to do
Yes.
wrong. And that's where
Yes.
forgiveness comes in,
Yes.
because you forgive them through that prayer. And then if they continue to keep coming for you after that, they're going to reap those coals of fire on their own heads, because here you are doing good and they're returning your good
Yeah.
with evil. You can't
Yep.
do that.
And that forgiveness releases you. That's for you, actually. That releases you. I had to forgive my ex-husband of years of things that he took me through. Same things I see Chrisean go through, even not being married. But that forgiveness is for you. We have to. We have to. It don't feel good. It don't taste good sometimes. But we have to, and shake the dust off your feet and keep it moving. But that's all I had to say.
Well, thank you, Shauna D. I love when you come up here.
I love you too, girl. I'll be missing you. I'm glad to see you 2 days in a row.
Listen, y'all was wearing me out in the inbox. When are you going live? When we miss you, you gotta come back to YouTube. I'm like, okay, I'll come back to YouTube.
And I mean, some of these young ladies, last thing I'm gonna say, some of these young ladies need to know their worth to even put up with the things that we've seen from California to Miami and even before that. Have some self-worth, because that's not where it's at. That's not
I
where it's at.
agree. Well, Beyonce, are you ready, girl? Are you coming with an unpopular opinion today? Wait a minute, Beyonce, you muted. Hold on. You ready, girl?
I hope so. I couldn't unmute myself.
Oh, I got you.
Okay, how's everybody doing?
We good, girl.
Okay, I'm gonna keep this as brief as possible. I came to share 2 testimonies.
Okay.
Y'all ready to hear? So
We listening.
This particular story, I have already told Henny in detail, and I've already told 2 other people in detail. But so there's only so much I'm gonna share, because it's really not my story, but it's a really good testimony. So I do have a family member who was born under some unfortunate circumstances, and she was born premature, and was not developed. She was so small you could put her in a sandwich bag. And the doctors never thought she was going to make it. They didn't think she was going to make it. And if she was going to make it, they didn't think she would have a normal life. Well, fast forward, due to a family member who is my grandmother, fast forward due to my grandmother caring for her, this person is, they didn't think she would make it past 1. This person is now 35. She's 35. She walks, she talks, she works a regular job. She still got heart issues, but she did prove those doctors wrong. Now, I'm not saying you should disregard what a doctor says, but a doctor can be wrong sometimes too. They so ready to just write you off. There's less than, they not willing to go to this. They so ready to write people off. They just ready to cut people off. So this person proved everything that they said was wrong. Period. Where did everybody go? Why did everybody get quiet?
We listening to you, girl.
I didn't hear a response. I was done talking. I didn't hear a response.
How we know? I don't know when you finished talking, because I know you had said that she was born and she could fit in a sandwich bag, and the doctors can be wrong, and she walking and talking. She still got some heart problems, and she working a job and all. See, I'm listening, but I ain't know where the pause was.
So that's how I took what Chrisean said. She's not being a naysayer. She's not being a naysayer. She's not letting anything or anybody define her son. She and her son are gonna defy the odds. So that's how I took that.
Yeah.
The second thing I gotta say is I relate to what Mama Zay was saying. I too had to block some family members because I've just gotten to the point in my life where I'm 30 years old now. I'm gonna be 31 now. I love my mom and my grandmother to death, but both of them are cancers to my peace. Both of them are cancer to my peace. Now I understand Chrisean forgiving her family. I understand her forgiving Bina. Understand her forgiving people who do her wrong. But I am a big believer of keep these people as far away from you as possible. Because if they did it once, they gonna do it again. Now letting them do it the first time, it's okay. But letting them get another chance to do it again, that's on you. That's on you. I love my mom, but every day, single day, I am constantly reminded of why I do not want to live with her. Every day. Now I'm done talking.
Well, I'm gonna say this to you. You've got to understand this part first before you can get to the next part. And it's no excuse, it's some real life stuff. Your mama and your grandmama, they are people. They are human beings. And when you take the title off of them, that's what they are. They're humans. And they have a story and they have things that they have lived with that they probably haven't healed through. And so for you, you got to learn forgiveness and you got to set healthy boundaries between you and them. Not boundaries because you're angry, not boundaries because it's what's healthy. But you can't also you have to forgive because you can't walk around with any type of disruption in your heart space, especially for your mom and your grandma, because you're supposed to honor your mother. But that doesn't mean that you have to allow someone access to you, no matter who they are, just because they hold a title like grandmother, like father, like you don't have to allow them access to you. But you got to release whatever it is that's going on. You got to release that so that it don't shackle you, because then you're going to hinder yourself. Because while they're going on with their lives, it's you that's sitting back festering and all of that. So you
I,
got to forgive. It's hard, and you got to pray for them.
I agree. I understand what you're saying, but sometimes I think I would just be happier if I didn't have these people around me. I would be happier if there wasn't always these people who are constantly there to nitpick at me, pick my brain, even though their own lives are not together.
Well, you got to be careful what you say, because
I
you
Yep.
was just
saying
ready to
them
say
not
that.
being around you, you're going to find out one day what it's like to not have them around you. You're going to wish they
Yep.
was around. So you got to watch what you saying and putting out there too.
Because let me tell you, my mom and me did not have the best relationship. That the relationship was toxic as hell. And I kept taking her back and I forgave her. I kept taking her back and we kept falling out. But the day she took her last breath, and that's been 3 years ago, I swear to God, I wish like hell that we would have made up. I wish like hell I could have put her on this truck and we could have drove all 50 states or however many states it is. It's when that they take their last breath, that's like the umbilical cord being cut for
Yeah.
the last time. And there's nothing you could do, nothing you could say to bring that person back. So please be
Right.
mindful. And I'm sorry, but love, set your boundaries, love who you love and love who love you, but be mindful what you say because when that person is gone, they're gone. And there's
Right.
nothing you could do about it. Nothing. You could pray about the relationship, you could talk because they're older. They've been through a life that we couldn't even crawl through.
Right.
And if you sit back and think about what they went through, you would be happy to. I would love for my mother to call me right now and cuss me the fuck out, and me hang up the phone on her, and she called me back the next day. I would love that. I would love to say I'm mad at her, My mother only met my daughter Brooklyn one time. One time. I would love to her for her to have took her down south and showed her all the family and all that stuff. But because we were so busy being mad at each other, we missed out on all that. And now that she's gone, I can never get that. I could take Brooklyn to South Carolina, but I can't tell Brooklyn the stories that my mother could tell her.
Mm.
So I understand. I understand where you're coming from, and believe me, I understand. Because, like I said, I had to block my daughter and her 4 kids. I didn't move to Kansas just because I wanted to move to Kansas because I don't know a motherfucking person there. I moved to Kansas so I did not have to bump into nobody, and
Not
so
the
I could
kids.
be at peace.
Not the
But
kids, honey.
but it's like you're 30, I'm 50. My mother died 3 years ago. My daughter and me have not talked for a long time. Just pray about it because what they say, you only get one mama, you only get one. You know, you got people that will step in and bless your spirit, but you still only get that one mama, whether she get on your fucking nerves or not. So while you're young, I'm not gonna tell you to kiss nobody's ass. I'm not gonna tell you to beg nobody for nothing. Set your
Right.
boundaries, earn your peace, but just pray about it because don't let those people take their last breath and you still mad over something that could be corrected.
Oh, I'm not mad at all. I'm not mad at all. They're still mad. They're still mad because I want to grow up. I'm planning a trip this year where I finally get to travel by myself, where I don't have two lingering adults watching over me, telling me you can't go this way, you can't go that way because I'm the only girl. I'm the only girl. At first, I understood that because I'm the only girl, but as I got older, it started to get ridiculous. And
It's all right.
this is the type of hold they got on me. They like to dangle necessities over me like it's a carrot, like it's a carrot, dangling the carrot in front of a rabbit. I've had to deal with my grandmother just to have shelter over my head, and I didn't want to do it anymore because I got tired of her saying, "Do your hair. If you don't do your hair like this, I'm gonna put you out of my house. If you don't work this job, I'm gonna put you out of my house." I'm like, you know what? Just put me out. I'm good. I'd rather drink bleach at this point.
Well, one thing
Now that I done left her, here she, instead of just giving a full blown apology, she's sending me fake Bible scriptures. I'm like, will you leave me alone, please? If you're not gonna apologize, just don't contact me. And I had to block her.
So let me say this to you. Sometimes this is where knowing who people are plays a big part in it. And I'm not in no way excusing any of the behavior. Please understand that. So what I'm saying is maybe that's her way of apologizing to you. But
Mhm.
I
Right.
don't know what the scriptures are. But again, you don't have to talk to her. You don't even have to allow her access to you. If that's what brings you peace and that's where you are settled, then you just
Mhm.
pray. Pray for her. Pray for God to release whatever's in your heart
Mhm.
and just and forgive.
And
If you
stay
don't know
respectful.
how to forgive, if you don't know how to release it, then ask God to help you do it.
Mhm.
Yes, definitely got to do that. Mm.
And you always stay respectful on your end. No matter what comes from them, you stay respectful.
Right.
You know,
That
you
part.
protect your peace and you stay respectful. Because when after a certain age, people don't care what they say out their mouth, and they don't
They don't.
understand that what they're doing is hurting the next person. They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna say it. Like I tell Brooklyn all the time, she said, "You be doing the most." I said, "You know what? I'm about get on your nerves until the day I die, and then when I'm dead, you're gonna feel my wind coming around you every time you do something wrong." So they're gonna say fuck shit. They're gonna get on your nerves. but be respectful. You be respectful, and if you staying where you gotta stay, don't move to Kansas like I did. But if you stay that's staying in your place, doing what you gotta do, getting your peace, then you do that. Don't allow nobody to disrupt your peace, but always stay respectful and stay who you are. If you at that point and you want to travel, do whatever. You're 30. You're at the age you should have been. You should have been traveling, doing whatever you wanted to do, because that's
I
how
never could do it
that's
because
what
I didn't.
growing. That's what growing up is learning what works and what don't work. And the only person that people could tell you how to do it, but the only way you're gonna learn it is to do it. You know, people get mad at Chrisean. They say because she doesn't listen. The only way she gonna listen and learn is by doing it and burning her finger on the stove. And when
Mhm.
she
Mm-hmm.
burn her finger on that stove, she can be like, "Oh, I can't do that no more." And that's life.
Yep.
Everybody in this chat could tell you there's something that they did, and they was like, "Oh hell no, I ain't doing that shit again." It's life, and you got to go and learn your life.
Yep, that is so true. Because at the age of 17, I was 17. My mom, I was real sheltered. Like I said, because she was real heavy in church. I grew up in church. And it was just to the point where I was like, you know what? I'm tired of going, trying to be there every Sunday, Tuesday night Bible study. Then you got choir rehearsal, and then we're right back in church on Friday. And then Saturday morning, getting up, cleaning the church. And then you back on Sunday. It was every week, the same
And the
routine.
church was
I
all
got
day long.
and I got tired of it. Right. I got so tired of it. So when I was 17 years old, I put my name on the low income housing without even telling my mom. When I was 18 years old, they called me and said I got approved for a house. That's when I told her I'm moving out. She was like, "You ain't got no furniture. Why you gonna do that? You don't need." I had
Mm-hmm.
one child then. "And you ain't got this. You ain't got that. Why you gonna move?" And da 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 da. But I still did it. Then it was
Mm-hmm.
like I was still too close to them because growing up military in Kansas, I got tired of it. I was like, I got to get out of Kansas. I got to leave. So what I did was my friend, her and her husband got stationed to Tacoma, Washington. I was 19, no, I was 20 years old. I packed everything in a trash bag, me and my son owned, and I moved to Washington State, not knowing nobody, didn't tell my mom until I got there. When I got there, I said, "Hey, I moved to Washington." And from then on,
Mm-hmm.
that's where my growing, and that's how I learned. And it's crazy because sometimes that's what you have to do to learn how to grow, how to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't, they feel like they're sheltering you, they're protecting you, but at the same sense, you don't know what they've been through at a younger age, and they don't
Mm-hmm.
know how to actually, like guide you and tell you what it is that you actually need to do because of what they went through. Yeah. So
Well,
until this day, I'm still finding out a lot of stuff at my grown age. I'm 48 now, and I didn't learn about my biological father until I was 42. My uncle slipped up and told me about my biological father. This whole time, I'm thinking that my father that raised me is my father. Mind you, my mother was in church. So I'm looking at her like, "You a missionary of a church. Why are you not telling me about my father?" So
That's
it was like I had to pray and learn to forgive before I had that conversation with her, because I know I would have said some things that would have hurt her feelings because I was just that child that did the opposite.
mm-hmm.
And so till this day, it's like I have to listen. I listen to what, you know what I'm saying, what she says or whatever. And then in my mind, it's like, well, this coming from the same lady that didn't tell you about your father. And I have to catch myself and I have to pray on it and like, okay, Lord, But I now knowing the stories of what she went through growing up, I understand
Mm-hmm.
why she did what she did. So now I know, what I'm saying, why she moved the way she moved. And I understand why I moved the way I move now. Because it was nothing but God that led me through that. Because Lord knows, oof. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm saying. Me and Mama Henny, it took us a long time, and she shared that with the subscribers. We talked about our relationship. It was a lot, but I had to remove the title, which is what I tell my girls and I tell my son: remove the title from a person, because the title it makes the person important in your life, and you give them a lot of passes. Remove the title. Now look at this person as a person.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't know that person's past, you ain't going to understand how they move. But once you understand that person in their entirety and you take that title off of them and you ask yourself, is this a person that I would deal with if they didn't have this title in my life? And the answer is no. Then that means that that is not a person that you want to deal with in your life at all. But that still does not mean that you don't have to take it to God to help you get through. And if you do decide after knowing them, you get, like she just said, when you get to know them as a person and you listen to them, or you go back and you think about things, or you start hearing stories about how they went through and they dealt with, and you start to understand why they did the things they did. That doesn't take it away, but it gives you an understanding.
Right. It makes the pill easier to swallow.
And
Mm-hmm.
then at that point, you are now making an educated decision, a logical one, instead of an emotional one for yourself. Again, I'm
Right.
just trying to give you some tools. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you how to do it. All I'm saying is I'm quite sure that there are a lot of people. You just heard from 3 people up here on this panel that have dealt with some form of toxicity from their mother. But I'm not telling you that you have to allow that in your life. But we just giving you some tools to help you get through. But the one thing that you don't want to do is walk around with unforgiveness in your heart.
Hmm. And girl, live your life. Go have fun. Go walk on
Yeah.
the beach butt naked and not give a damn. I mean, you don't have to do that, but just go
we
enjoy your life.
we don't even have a beach here, but
Go find one. Go find some water. Go
but
enjoy your
yeah,
life.
yeah, but now that I'm 30, one of my biggest regrets is that I didn't get to live during my 20s. Like, I didn't get to travel. I couldn't travel because I couldn't afford it, for one. And two, I was always working. I was always working multiple jobs because my biggest fear was if I didn't have no job, the world's gonna end if I don't have any money on me, if I don't have no way to pay my bills. And so I just couldn't live where I wanted to. And another thing that hindered me was I was a sheltered kid. I was sheltered, not due to my mom, due to my grandmother. Again, I'm the only girl out of all of her grandkids. But what really frustrated it about me was the overprotective stuff was for me and only me. She didn't have that mentality for the boys.
They
They
never
can
do.
like and I didn't notice it until a cousin said it to me. She said the men in this family are weak because they get babied a lot. They get away with anything. And then I thought to myself, look at how my mama raised me and look at how my mom raises my brother. She 100% babies him. Like I got him on my job and he and I told him, okay, you need to do what these people say do and to say do. And if you're going to quit, put in a 2 weeks notice. They fired him 100% and he deserved to be fired, to be fair. Instead of her holding him accountable and telling him that he made me look bad as the person who got him on, she's like, no, I'm not letting him get humiliated. He don't need to work anyway. He's too girl. He is 21 years old. He needs a job. He is a man. He's a man. She lets the boys travel by themselves. So they can look any kind of way. They have no restrictions. But me, I was the kid that was raised strict. I was the kid that was told, you better act right in that classroom. You better act like I'm in that room with you every day. And I had to walk on a fine line. The boys they live a carefree life. That did not happen for me, unfortunately.
Well, Izzy, it's Beyonce. It sounds to me like there's a lot of resentment there, and there's a lot that needs to be like hammered out, and it's gonna take you some time to hammer it out if you decide to hammer it out. But all I'm gonna say is we keep pressing upon this forgiveness thing, because if you want to look at everything, the prime example of forgiveness, you watch it. You are part of the Chrisean sector. You watch it. You watched her forgive people over and over.
Mhm.
She forgives. And that's something that a lot of us don't know how to do, is to forgive, especially when people are repeat offenders. A lot of us be like, I
Right.
forgave you, but now you done offended me again. And now, no, I ain't forgiving you. But you still, if you read that word, read your Bible, study your Bible, learn your Bible. Yes, you
I can forget.
learn.
I 100% understand forgiveness. What I can't understand is giving that person an opportunity to do what they did yet again.
You don't have to. They say forgive and
I agree.
but they didn't say you had to invite them to dinner.
Exactly.
You could forgive a person all day long, but that don't mean you have to still continue to be around them. You don't have to buy them
Exactly.
Christmas cards, and you don't have to call them and say, "What's up, dog? What you doing?" You don't have to do none of that. You forgive it and keep it moving. That's for you. That's for your peace of mind. That's for to clear your heart. Because
Now,
if you don't, you're gonna lose your damn mind.
if I had anything that I wanted to say about anything, it would be I hope that she learns. I hope that Chrisean learns that lesson.
Hmm.
Forgive, but you don't gotta let them back in and around you to do the same thing again. Because when
Exactly.
people, and this ain't scripture, but when people show you who they are, you gotta believe that that's who
Believe
they
them.
are.
The
You
first
better
time.
believe them.
So you need to
Yeah.
Yep.
believe, I forgive you from over here while you stay over there. I love you from over here, but you stay over there. Like
Mm.
nowhere does it say you have to allow access back into your life.
Nope.
It's the forgiveness
Right.
part. And the forgiveness part is the hardest part, because some people do the most diabolical, wicked, evil, downright underhanded
Ooh.
shit to us that we never thought it would come from that person, but it
Right.
comes from that person. And so it
Yep.
tears
Mm.
you up on the inside because it violates you on multiple levels. So now here you are, and you hearing the word forgiveness, not you per se, just you as in general, as people. You hear that, oh, forgiveness, you gotta forgive. And you sitting here like,
Yep.
I can't forgive and I can't forget neither. No, you're not supposed to forget
Forget.
the
Yeah.
lesson that you learned, because
Mhm.
you learned a lesson in that. But you are
Hmm.
supposed to forgive, because when your heart space gets judged and you've got that unforgiveness in your heart, the question then becomes, why should you be forgiven for your sins when you couldn't forgive somebody who trespassed against you? See, that's why
Right.
you pray the Lord's Prayer.
Say it.
Mm.
So you got to
No.
stay away from I mean, you could forgive people, I'm gonna read like what you said. You could forgive people, but in certain cases, some people are a cancer to you, and you could forgive them, but you don't even gotta let them know that you forgave them. I
Nope.
feel like, yeah, you don't even have to let them know. It's between like Lord, I
Mm-hmm.
forgive them, and I could pray, and you could pray for them. But in some cases, especially if you're not strong enough, you're not strong enough. In some cases, you need to cease all communication
Mm-hmm.
whatsoever from
Remove the cancers.
certain people, because they have one mission, and that is to destroy you by any
Mm-hmm.
means necessary. Okay, kill your spirit, kill your finances, kill whatever hope, whatever dreams or potential that you have. That's and Krishan's case, I've been felt it. She should have killed that a long time ago. The day when she was having that baby, when she was having I keep saying that baby, but when she was
It's
having
okay.
Krishan,
We understand.
yeah, when she was having Krishan Jesus, and he kept saying, where's the baby? He kept putting up all kinds of stupid mess or whatever about just putting up diagrams or whatever, talking about alcohol poisoning and all that type of stuff or whatever, right then and there. And they just kept talking and stuff like that. Him and Carlissa, especially what really got me with Carlissa was when she was calling her what you call it, what was the lady in the
Hagar.
Bible? Yeah, Hagar. The nerve of this long tooth heifer, okay? Calling Chrisean Hagar. Oh, he can't be with you. He cannot be with you because you know, that's the price she already made it up in her mind that that baby was gonna be second. Okay, she already Carlissa already made it up in her mind, and she kept coming, sending wigs and stuff over to Krishan house or whatever, just trying to basically she was a monitoring spirit. Everything this girl did, she's her own son, Dre, said that she was obsessed with Krishan. To me, that's kind of scary. Okay, that's kind of scary, and she didn't mean Krishan no good. And
All of them
Krishan
obsessed
should
with
have
her.
never let her in her house because she should have never she shouldn't have never went her. But I guess she had work or whatever. But I wish it was some type of uh guards or whoever, like somebody in her team. She had a whole bunch of people that was leeching off of her that was like, no, you can't. If you want to see the baby, we got a mediator that will bring the baby here, and we're gonna sit with the baby all day or whatever while you have, or sit with him while you have a couple of hours with him or whatever. We're gonna bring him home. She didn't need to be nowhere near him because I am convinced that he will be the unaliving of her. Okay, he will be the unaliving of her, and I don't understand how nobody sees this. I guess, but me, I don't know.
No, you ain't the only one.
I can see that too. I just didn't want to say it. I didn't want to speak that into existence.
We
It's
also
I'm
have
already
to
in
not speaking
remember.
existence.
it. I'm not speaking it in existence. I'm not talking about physically. I'm talking about mentally, spiritually. Like just degrade her to the point of like no return. Like they have done everything. I, I feel like he. Okay, and y'all probably think I'm crazy, but I, for some reason, feel like Wet was behind her getting up with Bino. Okay, I feel this.
Carlissa definitely feels a way about that. Dino made her son look bad.
Two times.
He
Two
Too
times.
made
bad.
her son look real bad out here in these streets. But as of recent, Blue don't need no help to look bad. He looked bad
Mm-mm.
all on his own.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have much to say. I'm done telling all my business. All I'm gonna say is, all hail Nigeria. All hail Nigeria. Take us home.
The hell?
Listen, that came from Beyonce Blonde Lace Front. I have no idea what she talking about.
Oh,
We on the panel have no idea what's going on, so we don't know what she's trying to get us into.
She could be.
look, she just spoke a spell over us.
Talk about some hell Nigeria. Now listen, I got a lot of Nigerian blood in me, but I know nothing about over there, and I don't know what we hailing them for. I mean, if you ain't coming to get me and give me 40 acres and a mule and a house, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even
Mm-mm.
want a mule. I don't even want a mule.
Yeah, I don't want a mule either. I'll take the land though.
I
Give me
might
the
take
40
a horse
acres. I
because
don't
I
want the
like
mule.
horses. I like riding horses. So yeah. But
Mm-mm.
ladies, I want to say thank you so much for coming up on the panel.
Anytime.
I
Henny,
enjoyed it.
Henny, Henny, Henny,
Yes,
I gotta tell you this.
yes,
I
ma'am.
love you.
I love you
I
too.
love you. And
That's all.
I love you. I love what you do. I love everything. I love the fire that came out you in this live. Please keep going. I always tell you, you can't fix stupid. So those people that's
Yeah.
arguing with Henny about stupid shit that they ain't even Google yet,
Oh,
go
girl,
sit
ain't
down
nobody
some damn
arguing.
where.
Ain't nobody
Don't
arguing with me. They
Stupid
want
is
to
no.
stupid
argue.
is. No, I'm
Yeah, they
I
kidding.
going
can't
back and
argue with you. You
go
man.
go check your. We used to have encyclopedias before Google was around. Go check your encyclopedia before you come up here and try to go after Henny because she does her research. Okay,
Thank
and Google is
you.
free. But encyclopedias, them old people used to
Hey,
come and sell it to your mama. Go on your encyclopedia
are you
and
getting
do
off
your
right now?
research before you come to Henny. Okay,
That part. Thank you. Well,
you
before I
welcome.
get up off of
In
here,
that
I want to
order.
say welcome to Isha. She became a member of the channel. Thank you, Trust, for the super chat. She said in Maryland, you can change a child's name within the first 12 months of birth without the father's signature if he's not listed on the certificate. And we note this, man. That's why I love us. That's why I love us. Thank you, Trust. Um,
Yes.
Shout out to Kelly for becoming a member. Shout out to Be More. Happy 4-month anniversary over here. She says Chrisean's growth in this interview was inspiring. It absolutely was. Shout out to
Yep.
Laquanda, who became a member. Thank you very much to Cheryl, who sent the $5 super chat. Thank you, Bookie. Cherry Blossom sent the $10 super chat. Thank you. And Justice for All said, love you, Henny, and we love you because you're honest and you share your heart with us. You share your wisdom and your life. We appreciate you. You are needed and we appreciate you, Social Butterfly. Love you down, girl. Thank you so much for the super chat. Aries Rules, thank you so much. She said hallelujah. Okay, Sin, thank you so much for the super chat. She said powerful conversation. Thank you, Henny. And guess I always enjoy listening while I work. I'm glad that you are enjoying while you are at work. Thank you, CJ, for the super chat. She said this is a much needed discussion. Thank you, Henny. You're welcome. Shout out to Judith, who became a member of the channel, and shout out to T Fox for her super sticker as well. I appreciate you guys contributing to the channel. It means so very much to me. I love y'all down. Again, thank you to everyone who joined the panel. I appreciate your testimonies. I appreciate y'all being transparent. I appreciate everything that you gave. And even the couple of haters that came up in here, we appreciate y'all too. Thank you for stopping by. But that's gonna do it for this live. W to the chat. Like, and thank you guys so much for thank you guys because I will be going to Pennsylvania. So I appreciate you guys so much for pushing for that for me. I had no idea. You guys just always doing something behind the scenes. So I'm super
Congratulations.
excited and ready to get myself together so that I could get there and try to give y'all some of the best footage that I could give y'all. So thank you so much. I love y'all. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.